Are you in the market for an apocalypse vehicle? Then come by the Dix Division Prepper Warehouse today. We have many treaded models to suit any terrain, but if you're planning on staying in town, we have that covered too. Great for the farm and the luxury garage. Dix Division Prepper Warehouse has exactly what you need. Open late Mondays and Thursdays on Comics Division's channel.
I hope you guys enjoyed that intro as much as we did.
We loved it.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun making that today. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I had a lot of fun making that commercial. It was
That commercial was fucking great.
Love the voice.
I do what I can.
We got to come up with more commercials. That was great.
It was really good.
I got a few ideas in the works. So
yeah, I sent Corey all the prepper tips and a few other things. So, and he's already been percolating and throwing some stuff back. And yeah, I think comics is in trouble.
It's gonna be fun.
That's nothing new, honestly. Anyway, what's up, Corey? How you doing, man? Thanks for creating that fantastic, commercial.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Hell yeah, bro. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I look forward to the next ones. I'm doing great tonight, man. Wasn't sure we're gonna be on air on time, Oh wait, we weren't. So just kidding. But
it's only a couple minutes. It's not like we're 30 minutes late or anything.
I know.
Well, yeah, we're definitely not. We're not big enough to be Friday Night Tights to just roll in 40 minutes, an hour late, whatever.
Right.
And have 2,000 people waiting.
Yeah, or 5,000 people waiting,
or 5,000 people waiting. Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you. Yeah, I can't wait for those problems. To be honest with you.
Right. So
it's not like you're like a year late on your Picard video or anything like that.
No, I'm not. But I'm like a year late on a lot of other things.
I'm going to have to
do
dip
this thing
at 11 tonight, though. Just so you know, comics.
What's that?
I'm going to have to dip at 11 tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
Well, I'm not going to have to, but I'm going to, so I can actually just jump into Elden Ring and start playing that. So I've only gotten 20 minutes into it so far, and I'm like, damn it, I need more.
It sounds like people are having a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Toxic Man Flu?
I'm doing all right. Been working a whole lot, and just put together a new machine, and we are using that tonight. So hopefully nothing falls apart. So like the memory
or like
the problem that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Or the battery.
And the cat is also joining the stream tonight. Hello, Tabitha.
Hello,
hi, Tabitha.
Tabitha, the live streaming cat in the flesh. She used to meow at my door when I was at the old place, wanting in while streaming. It's pretty funny.
It's interesting thing about cats is that they'll wait 3 days before they start eating their owners if their owners die.
Yes.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
So you get
three whole days, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, when they're out of food, man, and they go for the cheek meat, man.
That's right.
I know.
They eat they start with the head and kind of work their way down.
Yeah, soft flesh first.
Yeah.
Like
nothing but high
carry-on eaters.
Yeah, I always make a joke about the cheek meat when it
Nice.
comes to cats. Yeah. Hello.
Well, hey, given how things are going, cheek meat might be the least expensive thing that we can buy when it comes to food.
Good Lord.
If you ever had a cow tongue burrito?
Man, I haven't had
lingua?
cow tongue in forever.
Can't say I have actually tried lingua.
No.
Give that a go.
I've had barbacoa, which is also cheek meat.
Yes.
Or head meat.
It's a lingual experience.
That was terrible.
Wow.
Yep.
Can you roll your tacos?
Yeah, I guess. Can't roll my tongue though. I've been trying to get back into being able to do that. I can't do it.
Fun fact, I am tongue-tied and cannot roll my R's. So if I were born in a country outside of the United States, I would more than likely be considered retarded.
Yeah, I can't roll my R's either, man. You're not alone.
Retarded.
Yep.
Retarded.
That's why I have a lot of respect for Corey. How many voices can he do? Jeez.
So I'm assuming this is John F. Trent is asking
is
how much do
John.
any of
That's
those
fine.
armored vehicles cost? Comics. You got to go down to the showroom and check it out, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's the stickers on them.
Yeah.
Is that John F. Trent bungling into phallics?
Wow.
I
I
made myself laugh on that stream last night.
Oh, we were having a blast. I feel like
I
that
was
was
laughing.
fun.
True. I was laughing
Is it a-
too, but I was also laughing at the fact that John refused to say phallics.
He did. He would not say phallus.
Yeah,
So
that was
I'm
pretty
very
funny.
proud of John.
Love you, John.
I've been put on this earth to test John's faith. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm here.
I have to tell you, I am so glad I was offered the opportunity to join that stream and completely derail it for the rest of the night.
Well, only after you stuffed what 5, 6 $2 super chats in John's G string did he let you on. But
It still wasn't John.
Hey,
masterfully done.
My
grease the wheels.
It was Spencer. You're right. It was
that's
Spencer.
right. Spencer's my dealer. Come on. Yeah.
Grease them
Yeah,
wheels.
Spencer's pretty funny.
Oh God. Last night was great. It was you were killing it. I can't believe I got the invite. I was just like throwing the super chats out there to make you all laugh.
Yeah. I had a
was a
blast
very
too,
enjoyable
man.
experience.
It was a good time. Just let me know anytime you want me back on again. Unfortunately, I was so dead tired.
What time did we finish? It was like 1, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we finished I think probably like around 12:30, but we ended up staying,
were
talking
chatting
for like
for a
another 30
bit.
minutes.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I gotta go.
Oh, did you use that little tip trick I taught you last night?
I don't even remember it.
To get the whole page.
Oh yeah. I tried that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty slick, dude.
It
I'm glad
works.
you said something because I had already forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I was that
It was
tired.
late, man. I was like, okay, we're all pretty tired. After you left, I think John and I and Josh and Spencer like hung out for another half an hour or even longer, even beyond that. So
This is probably the only time you will hear me say this. Culture Casino outlasted me. I went to bed early.
Wow. And that brings us to the last person introduced, Culture Casino. How you doing?
I'm good. I had a lot of fun last night. We don't need to talk about me. We need to talk about him. If we can.
No, Juicy Smollett and his
Oh.
150-day prison sentence.
Yikes. Okay, so I was interacting with Yellow Flash, right? And I'm telling the two of us are like, this guy's not going to get any jail time. It's going to get like a bunch of probation, like community circus and all that, right?
Community circus.
Yeah.
Ain't not wrong there, man.
Yeah, exactly. And so there was like no way we were putting faith in this. So I didn't cover it, right? I was watching it, right? And like when the judge like did like 40 minutes on like, you really suck as a human, I'm thinking, all right, he's gonna get his probation, it's gonna be over. And then he rocks him with that giant sentence. I'm like, whoa, was incredible. I'm like, that is
50 days is giant.
dude, it could have been worse. Okay, so
It
technically the judge has a lot of discretion apparently in Illinois. He could have, from what I'm to understand, done
Then time served.
yeah, no, he could have done 3 years for each count. And he could have done them concurrently or consecutively. It was his discretion to do any of that. He could have put the dude away for a long dang time. 150 days though. Whew.
I honestly think what they should have done for his punishment is fine him the amount of money that the cops wasted on that fucking
did.
investigation.
They did. They
Yeah,
100, 120 grand times 2.
Okay, good. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, they hit him in they hit him in the sack. I mean, just all over the place. But you know what? Here's the other thing. Just sentence him to like have to like go hang out with like the January 6 people or something. Just like put him.
I think honestly that and a buttload of community service.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
He's-
basically pay the city back for the money he wasted.
but on top of
And-
that, on top of all of that, he still has 30 months of probation after he's done with whatever his actual time in jail is. Right.
Have him work in a soup kitchen serving his community.
Yeah.
The actual poor people that are being abused, I think is what he needs to do is help
Right.
them.
But he's it's not like he's not charitable. The guy, I mean, there were lots of
he does a lot of work and things that he
Yeah.
does. Yes.
Yeah. So it's bananas. So, and I'm not defending what he did at all. I'm just saying.
I don't think you are. But it's like I said, we jail way too many people for way less stuff. And
who was it?
As much as I'm glad he was found guilty, because the dude needed to be found guilty. But I think that there's better use of punishment.
Well, in this case, I think a mandatory sentence in the Peace Corps. So I had some friends of mine who had stolen a couple of Pepsi machines while high, tore them up, and stole the money out of them. And it together was like $3,000. So the judge said, you're either going to go to jail, get a prison record, or you're going to go into the military. And he said, you could pick the Marines, the Army. And the judge actually said, no pussing out in the Navy or Air Force. So they all went to exactly right. So they all went to the Army and stuff from there. But look at Jay, Drunk 3PO. Mm-hmm. He did that. He's the most level-headed person, down to earth of anybody on this. He's seen it. I took my kids and growing up out to those areas to the Dominican Republic right after the hurricane came through to do some volunteer work for another person who fell from grace. Sammy Sosa built millions of dollars worth of homes down there because that's where he's from. And we went down and volunteered and all that stuff just so they could see, hey, you got it pretty good here. And whenever they talk to some of these SJWs and these people that are, saying, oh, how bad they have it here, I'm just like, okay, go volunteer overseas at a place where it really sucks to live. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You'll shut up. Yep. So someone like this, he hasn't done anything except be stupid and cause a lot of angst during a bad time. And I think maybe he needs a little bit of an attitude adjustment. And I think a mandatory 1.5 years in the Peace Corps, and not the Peace Corps in San Diego, California, the Peace Corps in somewhere where they've got to build wells and stuff like that would be a good alternative.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually build
out do that to a lot of people, especially the ones that are more affluent.
And not only that, you teach them a trade at the same time. I mean,
that was one thing I was about to say. Mm-hmm. I think, I understand why, I took I don't say I took an introduction to criminal justice. I understand the whole system. I don't. I understand why it was set up the way it is, because that's one thing that they covered. And because we focus more on punitive rather than any kind of rehabilitation.
That's true.
And I like the idea of what you said, culture, the idea specifically people that are down, I won't say downtrodden, but are born poor. They don't have access to opportunity. They steal something and go to jail. And I think that what we should be doing is giving these people trades so they can come out productive citizens rather than repeat offenders.
Yeah, I mean, you already have organizations in place, similar to what TMF was talking about. You have organizations in place that that you can utilize for community service, like Habitat for Humanity, right? And you can send these the first time oopses, right? They're usually young and poor and all of that, to an opportunity to learn these trades, learn plumbing, and if they have the wherewithal, I mean, it gives also the tradesmen an opportunity to find, talented individuals. Like, okay, well, this kid gets electricity. Let's, get him working as an electrician, and so on and so forth. There's a lot more that can be done. And I mean, it all comes back to the quote I put in the private chat, which was Dostoevsky, which was the degree of a civilization in a society can be judged by entering its prisons. And in this country, we jail far too many citizens for far too much bologna sausage. It was
it's because it's it's an industry, right? There's profitability in it. And that's kind of the issue.
We have to remove the financial incentive.
Well, that was like the big lie of the 80s, right? We got to privatize prisons. It'll be more effective. Yeah, more effective at putting people in them.
Well, and it did, and at the same time, think about the drug crimes that were being created that didn't exist before.
The crime bill, I know you brought that up, Talks.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, I mean, it was bad.
Well, when they give so for powder cocaine, the sentence was nothing a slap on the wrist, because that's what the rich kids were doing, right? And then for crack cocaine and all that stuff, which was the cheaper stuff that you could buy, and they would throw those people in prison. And there's a certain vice president who, built reputation on that and using slave labor to get things done, basically. And you look at that, it's not the criminal justice system that's the problem. It's the people who've manipulated it into what it is today.
Well,
and the system itself is the greatest justice system that's ever been established, but it has been abused and it has been warped to what it is now.
And that's the problem. And here's the thing, and Toxa, you probably will agree with this, but one of the reasons that we have these types of issues is because all of these people have to justify to their constituency their existence in the job that they were elected to. So when you are going to Congress or you're a senator or whatever you happen to be, whether it be at a state or federal level, you have to constantly go back and say, hey, look at the bill that I just passed. I'm enforcing laws harder than, ever before. We even created a new law that, increases, the mandatory detention terms for blah, blah, blah. And so they went there and it didn't actually address the actual issue. It just made the issue more punitive. We've been dealing with that for a long time, but it's these politicians. It's the easy solution for them, right? I mean, and that was when Biden went back and passed the bill, or pushed for the bill that he co-sponsored. That you were referring to Kamala, who was integral in enforcing it in California. You have this cycle of ridiculousness. That we already have laws that cover what the thing you're talking about. We merely need to enforce the laws that are already on the books. Pretty
much. But hang on, guys. I didn't realize it was Monday. I know we went on a bit of a tangent.
I was about to say that.
Just a Smollett thing. Oh. But let's get some super chats, and we'll start off with the first article we're going to cover tonight. Pope Metallicus the First for $5. DD Ranch business idea number 666. Cultures slightly used Russian Army Navy.
I like that.
MrGrantGregory for $2 didgeridoo. Highlander versus Star Wars. There can be Obi-Wan.
Nice.
That was great. Blue-eyed Roof Cream the base for $5. Juicy got Justice. Payback is a bitch, and her stripper name is.
Oh yeah,
Karma.
Well, in his case, it would be his stripper's name was Karma.
Yeah, unpopular question, but chance the bears and pandas are actually saving the world.
It's weird. When you listen to what's coming out of there, and they're actually talking about the evil that we identify, or even amongst ourselves, the GS guy and the people that go to a meeting in that are participating in a forum, right? And the leader of that, who
not buying it, man, not buying it.
I'm just saying, but they've been talking about it now for a couple of years, and I find it odd.
Yeah, I mentioned this last night. Who was one of the sponsors of Cyber Polygon? Russia. Who was all over the World Economic Forum? Russia.
Yep.
Now all that's been conveniently removed. Also, the WEF removed everything about Cyber Polygon too, which is kind of suspicious.
They're doing everything they can. They're hiding transhumanism. But again, this is not Monday.
Yeah, it is not. Pope Metallicus the First for another $2. Jesse better beware the Drew. Oh wait, never mind. Yes, Godzillionaire for $2. Juicy had a mask in court to hide his pretty mouth.
Yeah, but
he's gonna be in a fucking resort.
He went straight.
No, he's not going to prison. He's going to a state jail.
Yeah. He went to a lockup, and it's actually Tim Pohl was talking about it. It's on the corner of Colorado and something on the south side. It's not exactly.
It's not club fed.
Yeah,
he ain't going club fed. Yeah.
It's probably not a gladiator camp, but good.
Mags for $5. Just watched the Daily Wire's the Hyperion, which premiered tonight on YouTube. Not bad overall, decent story.
And the last film that Daily Wire is giving away for free.
Oh, really? I honestly, that's not a sustainable model. I mean,
But I think they're just trying to show everybody, look, we
Yeah.
make good shit. Come watch
Yeah.
our good shit.
I think that's a good idea to showcase what they're doing to take the loss to build up anticipation for what they're releasing next. And because I'm pretty sure what's the next movie that they're releasing? Terror on the Prairie?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Genus. Yeah, the Nick Cersei, Gina Carano project.
Right.
Looks good.
Rob the Trucker for $2. Hail! How you doing, Rob?
Hail.
How are them roads treating you? And how's the gas prices affecting you, man? Because I know that can't be easy. Blue-eyed Roof Cream the base for $5. URI did that we would have gotten more. Yeah, we would absolutely would have. Stop pretending he deserves sympathy. I'm not saying he deserves sympathy.
Oh,
not in the least, man. I just don't like the way we incarcerate too many people. He doesn't. Well, I don't have any sympathy for him.
No.
He'd do it again with no remorse. Prison is a deterrent.
And you know what? That was
It should be both a deterrent and a means to turn criminals back into productive citizens. That's my opinion.
You don't want recidivists, but it's just it's the whole there, but for the grace of God, right?
Yeah.
At certain points, and again, I am not making excuses for this dude. I mean, he literally made the bed he's in, right?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There's definitely people that should go to jail and never come out.
Most of them are like serial of some sort. The
very bad people, I think, should go in and stay in there. People who are,
don't think we should waste the money keeping them alive. Myself,
I used to be very, very, very pro capital punishment, and I've changed that over the years mainly because of the prospect of innocence. If a man is innocent and he gets the death penalty, there's no turning that around.
No.
And there's been a lot of people who've been
happened.
Falsely incarcerated.
Yeah. So. Some dude sitting on death row for 20 years and they find out that he did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've researched a lot of that stuff and actually do some activism. I said an ism around that. I believe in justice, and I believe everyone should get a share fake. I should write for Bounding in the Comics.
We're getting a lot of share fakes. Let me tell you.
Right. But I believe everybody should get that equal opportunity. And I just don't like the injustice of those that get preferred treatment. That pisses me off more than anything else.
All right. We're done. We're done with the Monday talk, guys. I see it in the chat. I feel bad. I'll shut up.
All right. We'll go with our title headline here. This is the article that we tried covering last night. Thanks for putting this out there, Trent.
John's good, man.
Yeah. Would you like to take it away, Sir Talks-A-Lot?
Sure. Ewan McGregor describes Obi-Wan Kenobi as rather broken and faithless and beaten and somewhat given up.
As I like to say, he just described the Star Wars franchise.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
In promotion of the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus, actor Ewan McGregor provided a very detailed description of the state of his character at the beginning of the show. He should have drank more blue milk.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, McGregor said, "We find Obi-Wan at the beginning of our story rather broken and faithless and beaten and somewhat given up. If you recall from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Kenobi takes it upon himself to take Luke Skywalker and his uncle Owen and Aunt I can never say her name right. Beru. Never say it right. He tells Yoda, 'I will take the child and watch over him.' As he is about to depart, Yoda also assigns him a task of training under Master Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yep.
Yoda says, 'In your solitude on Tatooine, training I have for you.' An old friend has learned the path to immortality. One who has returned from the netherworld of the Force, your old master. How to commune with him, I will teach you." Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that annoys me, as a lot of people are kind of have pointed out and are currently pointing out, is the whole thing with, yes, this is Jake Kenobi or Juan was it? What was I calling him? Kenobi Juan? Yeah, there we go. He's Kenobi Juan. He's not Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
He's a fake version of this character we know and love. And the thing that kind of pisses me off about it is the fact that when we saw him in Star Wars, you know, he was very much a humble man. And he was not down or dour or depressed.
Nope.
You know, he obviously had optimism because of the potential of Luke to turn the tide.
Well, if you look at but if you look at the characterization of this version of, you know, Obi-Wan, it reminds you of Jake Skywalker. It's exactly Jake Skywalker all over.
That is exactly it. Yeah. Another legacy character that is basically being shit on by Disney. Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
but Disney Disney saved Star Wars, man. It's been saved by The Mandalorian and these wonderful TV shows on Disney Plus.
No,
it's not.
So I don't disagree with you, but I am going to say something about this statement that I agree with it. If I were one of the last Jedi left out of thousands after just getting wiped out, and the person that I looked up to most, Yoda, didn't know where he was. One stuff from there, right? I can see Obi-Wan being broken, feeling like he's lost his faith, feeling beaten, defeated, and on the verge of giving up.
My counter to that is that we should have actually seen that at the end of Rise of the Sith.
And so
Revenge of the Sith,
I
whatever
100% agree with that. The Disney Star Wars films suck humongous ass. But Ewan McGregor saying this from an actor's standpoint of how he's wanting to play him in this, as someone who thinks that Ewan McGregor was the best character out of all of this shite from I didn't like the prequels, from the prequels all the way up. Right.
Yeah.
I think as an actor trying to find what his motivation is and all those things to do that, I think it's a fair statement. Am I really happy to be watching this crap because of what Disney's done? No. But if anyone could pull off navigating whatever kind of crap they're going to give him to give a good performance for Obi-Wan, it would be Ewan McGregor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry to say something positive.
Yeah.
I think the show's going to be crap.
Yeah. Well, it absolutely is. And when we were watching the trailer last night, it's like I noticed something. It's like there sure is not a lot of Obi-Wan in this Obi-Wan, TV show trailer. I wonder who they're focusing on.
Well, the bad lady.
The bad lady.
Yeah. This is the bad lady show.
Wait.
Starring.
So they're gonna not use the character everybody loves as the focus of the show that has that character's name in it?
Well, of course.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. It's
why would they do?
Go ahead.
Hawkeye,
Why would they do anything logical,
Loki,
like actually give you what you expect or hope
Mandalorian?
for?
Okay. All right. That'll work.
Obi-Wan.
Yes. As Mr. Batsu says, strong black female. Yeah, that's going to be your new main character of this TV show.
Oh yeah, but again, they're going to try to redeem the bad guy because, again, it's the biggest form of projection I've ever seen in my lifetime. They know they're the bad guy, and they still are. They want you to think they're the good guy.
Here's the thing. I'm going to ask a question I already know the answer to. Here's the thing. If they want to make a TV show about strong black female character, why don't they just do that?
Right?
Good question.
Well, because they know that people won't watch it.
Yeah, well,
which is the reason
if it
why
was well written and well acted, people would watch it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, for sure. But
they don't do
here's
that
the thing. We know what's coming out of Disney. We know it's garbage.
Yep.
It's poorly written. It's
it's Story Group.
Yeah, Story Group. It's a bunch of nonsense, and the only reason they're able to probably attract attention is because of nostalgia bait. People, like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. There's a lot of people that grew up with him. being Obi-Wan, and they're going to want to go see it because of that, and that's basically it.
But doesn't this blow your mind? They're perfectly willing to take these legacy amazing characters that the fans love and destroy them, and use them and destroy them. Let's just say use them. I destroy them. We'll see what happens with Jablomi, but I'm sure it's going to be bad. But when it comes to their physical entertainment stuff, because I'm going to turn this around to the Galactic Star Cruiser and say it's all Disney bologna sausage characters that super suck that nobody's interested in. And, so when they've tried to force feed an entire audience their derivative undercooked characters instead of the quality characters, and at the same time they tear down the quality legacy characters. This is the same pattern across the board. This is not new. I've been dealing with this forever, and it's just it's insane.
Now, John has a very interesting point here. He says if we're going to do Obi-Wan, it needs to be a prequel with Qui-Gon. There was a point in time when I'd agree with you. I disagree now, and the reason why is because the issue with a show like that is that there's no stakes. We know how it ends. And that's kind of the problem with going reverse, right? Unless it is in a completely different timeline with different characters that we're not familiar with, where they're able to go and kind of, tell their own stories, have their own stakes. The issue with that kind of, show is that we know how Qui-Gon dies. We know what happens to Obi-Wan. And yeah, sure, there's some interesting things you could probably tell, but at the end of the day, if they're in a life-threatening situation, no one's going to fucking believe that they're going to die because we know the outcome.
Right.
Yeah. And what's up, Mexican Iron Man? How you doing, man?
The actors are also too old at this point to pull off a show like that. I mean, the time to strike with that show was a long time ago.
No, I think
Liam Neeson's too old.
Well, yeah, Liam Neeson's too old. That's for sure. They would have to recast if they're going to do that. I see what you're talking about. They're talking about the current one, but yeah. They would definitely have to recast.
I'm not a fan of Spider-Man at all.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the Spider-Man annoys me. So that whole, I can't do it. I have all these powers, but I can't use them. Man up, ballsack. So exactly. That's my whole feel. That's Spider-Man. Toxic Man flew Spider-Man in 5 seconds. So, but they keep
You're talking about current Spider-Man or just Spider-Man in general?
All of them.
Okay.
All right. So they keep redoing the movie with somebody new, right? So which character am I going to get involved with? The reason that we like Luke is because Luke was in 3 films, right? Yeah. And we like Han Solo because, well, whether or not he wanted to be in them, he was in 3 films. We got to know them. We got to know those characters. We have investment in them.
Yep.
If you're going to recast from the beginning, all right, and do it again. And try and connect with people that are younger than what we connected with. Right.
Well, I think a lot of it too, and this is kind of my for years, this has been my complaint about superhero films. Just tell a story. Don't give us an origin. Just if you're going to have sequels, that's fine. I don't care. But just make it a independently consumable show, or movie. And that's it. You don't have to build these fucking worlds. You don't have to do all this nonsense. Just tell a good fucking story. I mean, look at the DC animated stuff, right? That stuff has been very good. Yeah. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I mean, and a lot of them, they have the same voice actors, and that's good. But for the most part, they just go and they adapt something, which is kind of the smart thing to do. And then they tell a story. Mm-hmm. Or you can go and just tell a new story. But as long as it's true to the character, to the spirit of, the spirit of the character, the spirit of what is supposed to be done within that comic series, then, I think you'd create some good entertainment. But that's not what we're getting. We're having to create these giant interlocking, worlds and universes, which is not a bad thing. But the issue is that they're not focusing on the independently consumable story. They are focusing on leading into the next thing. And you can do that, but you got to tell the story first. and then you can have like little hooks in there that will lead into the next movie. The problem is it's like everything we see from Disney right now. The next piece of content leads into the next piece of content. That piece of content leads into the next one. It's basically just like a feeder, right? Or sometimes it's just filler.
But there's
which is the majority of it.
You're right, but there's no stakes, and it doesn't advance anything in the story. This is the conversation I love to have around the way Disney Star Wars has been running this shit. Because you can watch The Mandalorian, and you didn't move forward at all in any of the seasons. Yeah. You know, and it's so freaking myopic, you know, and it doesn't advance the plot of anything.
Well, yeah, it's the reason why I say it's this piece of content leads into the next piece of content. It's not storytelling. It's just, you know.
And I tapped out of I tapped out of the book of Barely Fett just in time because I missed the 2 preview episodes of The Mandalorian. So I just, it's like I don't care anymore. You literally have killed my interest in Star Wars outside of the 6 films that I actually enjoyed.
Oh my God, Vertical Horizons is right. Death Six guy from Attack of the Clones will make an appearance.
Well, and here's
Obi-Wan, want some death sticks? Yeah, man, I need to get high.
But Darth Vader is going to be in all 6 episodes of this show
because they're desperate.
Yeah. Well, they're banking on nostalgia. People want to see, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight again.
Well, you've got people who are grads from film school. Nothing against people grad from film school, but they're not storytellers.
No.
Right. To get good story, you need a good storyteller to tell that. Right. That's why certain people who are great at acting and stuff and tell that good story. I mean, Patrick Stewart, saw him live when he did a one-man show of A Christmas Carol. He played all of those, and he played 24 characters at once on stage. It was the most amazing bit of acting I've ever seen.
Back when Patrick Stewart had talent.
Right. I mean, everybody loses it when they get to be 5,000 years old or however he is now. But we're not telling stories now. We're getting theater, right? Theater's different. Theater's spectacle. And you see what JJ has done. It has been spectacle. Yeah. I really enjoyed it, the first Star Trek film, because I like shipborne, and that's what that was. The characters and who played them.
I enjoyed it too. I understand why the Trek fans hated it. I mean,
but it got old.
Yeah,
his way of making films, all that stuff got old. He didn't grow. He's not a storyteller.
It was new, exciting. It's something we never saw in Trek before. And but you're right. It's like that shit wore off real fucking fast.
Right. It was 40 years later, after I saw the first Star Trek film, and I wanted to see it with all the CGI and stuff going on, and it was cool, and I was wowed by it. But he's not James Cameron.
No, he's not.
Right. He's not Spielberg. He's not telling stories. I mean, even to a certain extent, Lucas is never a storyteller. Right. Because the films really suffered after the real person that was dealing with the stuff in the beginning kind of went away. They divorced her. Yeah. So we're not getting those storytellers. We're not getting people out that are writing stories. We're not getting the kind of scripts that someone like Script Doctor would write. I wish that they would just stop being around the bush and give Script Doctor the kind of things that he really should be doing, and not giving these great franchises away to somebody that did half a show on CW.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's not about who you know. It's about who you blow. That's always how the industry's operated.
Yes, Juicy Smollett. Anyway, you have you have an amazing opportunity to get to see a very young Leia in the show. I know you're excited about that.
A young Leia in the show?
Leia.
Young Princess Leia.
I thought maybe they were going to go back.
But it should be young Admiral Leia.
No. Same age as young Luke.
Well, yeah, they're twins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they are twins. Come on, buddy. We knew that before those prequels came out. Allegedly. Anyway, where are we at with this?
You got to scroll down to below the
Okay.
picture.
Look, it's Yoda.
Yogurt.
Yoga.
I hate yogurt.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I love that movie.
That movie's
But even
great.
before this, when he first confronts Anakin on Mustafar, Kenobi makes it very clear that he is not faithless, broken, or beaten down. Kenobi tells Anakin, "You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now. You have become the very thing you swore to destroy." When Anakin tells him, "If you are not with me, then you are my enemy," Kenobi replies, "Only a Sith deals in absolutes."
Yep.
He then pulls his lightsaber from its holster and says, "I will do what I must." I loved watching Jay butcher that and say, "Only Sith deal in obsoletes." That's one of my favorites.
Dude,
Did it like 4 times in a row.
I know.
Only Sith deal with obsoletes. That's fucking hilarious.
Give him a break. I mean, come on.
I never woke
He's drunk.
up about that.
He is.
As their battle progresses, Kenobi makes it clear he is not faithless. He does not reject the Jedi Order. He tells Anakin, "I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you." He then tells him Anakin Chancellor Palpatine is evil, when Anakin responds saying, "From my point of view, the Jedi are evil." Kenobi responds, "Well, then you are lost."
Yep.
I remember this.
Yeah, I remember
watched
too. It was actually probably one of the better scenes in the prequel trilogy.
In all the prequels, yeah, it was probably the best one.
Well, I don't know. The Duel of the Fates scene.
That was good. That was
Well,
good.
yeah, that was-
I mean, the only thing was this scene didn't end the way it should have, because if he was truly a Jedi and knew he was a Sith and all that, we wouldn't have walked away. He'd have gone over and cut his head off and killed him, and that
Yeah.
would have been the end of it. So, but I digress.
Well, we needed Darth Vader.
But
Exactly.
yeah, we know how it ended, right?
Kind of ends all the films if he dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Disney might do that, right?
Who doesn't love a good paradox?
Blackest Night said the rise of
And then
Barf.
New Darth Vader would be a female of varying degrees of melanin content with sexual proclivities that were well defined and talked about throughout the entire film.
Well, you think a long, long
it
time
is
ago.
a
in that
defining
galaxy.
characteristic after all.
Indeed.
Yeah,
It
well,
would've
I mean,
fixed
that true character development is all about your immutables.
Yep.
Indeed.
After defeating Anakin in combat, Kenobi tells him, "You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you," he told him.
It's funny because I looked at it, I was glancing. I love you. He held him is what I read that last part. As it descends into homoerotica.
You were the chosen one.
Remember that time in the showers back when we were Padawans together?
Remember,
Wow. I just
remember
woke up
how
my wife.
we were intertwining our braids? You remember?
Wrong
Well,
franchise.
Oh,
Franchise,
sorry.
right? Oh, sorry. Well, I think you go back to that point where Qui-Gon Jinn believed that.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly, it was all that stuff from there. It wasn't anything that Yoda believed or any of that stuff. So you kind of get into that cultish part of this where Obi-Wan believed what Qui-Gon was telling him, which is not what the rest of the council was telling him.
Yep.
And stuff from there. So I think you see a lot of that in this scene, and you see Obi-Wan really losing faith, not in the Jedi Order, but in what Qui-Gon was telling him. And I think that makes it interesting at the end when he and Qui-Gon were going to force mate, right, and all that stuff from there to figure that stuff out. How did that turn out from there?
Well, I think in a lot of it too. I don't think it was so much that he lost faith in the Jedi Order. I think Obi-Wan was more kind of like wounded by the fact that his friend and Padawan of many years, basically turned his back on everything.
Yeah.
It's like what happens when you find out your best friend turns out to be an axe murderer.
At least he did it over a 30-minute period as opposed to 25 seconds in Game of Thrones. So,
Well,
fair enough.
I guess as long as he doesn't ask you to, like, you know, chop up the bodies or help him dispose of them, I think that's still, you know.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's the idea of having somebody you're really good friends with, and having like some form of act of ultimate betrayal.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
and just being kind of crushed by it.
Yeah,
it's like I don't see that, you know, destroying him. Like I can see it, you know, obviously hurting him in some form or fashion emotionally.
Yeah,
and having to come to terms with it. But I wouldn't see, you know, when tragedy strikes, sometimes people throw themselves into their jobs, right? And you could say that maybe that was something that Obi-Wan did. Maybe he threw himself into his optimism. Maybe he threw himself into his new job, which is protecting Luke and looking after Luke.
Well, that relationship they have with Qui-Gon and buying into the whole thing about Qui-Gon looking for the one that would bring balance to the Force and all those things, it shows a codependent personality, right?
But it's even, but okay. So at the end of the day, though, we still see Alec Guinness's performance in A New Hope, and he's still an optimistic, thoughtful, not broken, strong, level-headed person. And how are you trying to destroy this character that we already see an elder representation of, right? It doesn't, none of this jives. And I think they probably know that internally, but this is their playbook and they have to run it.
Indeed.
Maybe they're waiting for all of us old Star Wars fans to die out so they can put whatever crap they want up there.
But that is exactly what they're doing, and that's what Kathleen Kennedy said. She says it's not for the 50 and 40-year-olds; it's for the
audience
you want to call them
have for these films. That's right.
Yeah, the people who have no reverence for these films is the target audience.
Yeah, not only that, they have no. Then they're very well lost. You know how he just said, "Then you were." You know how Obi-Wan just told Anakin, then you're lost. Well, they're lost, and the reason they're lost is because this phantom audience that they've tried to appeal to for years now doesn't exist, and you're slowly killing off and decaying quality properties because you can't get past some twisted ideology that you're carrying. It's just messed up. Anyway.
Yep. Well, and another thing too, and this is something that John just brings up. Remember, the show is 10 years after Revenge of the Sith too. Yeah, I mean, and if there was anything, you'd think he would have come to terms with it. Yeah, I think over that 10 years, he would have come to terms with the fact that Anakin betrayed him.
Yeah. 10 years is a long time to remain broken and faithless while going on a personal journey.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you could just sink down into a bottle, but Obi-Wan doesn't really strike me as the sulk and drink type. So
no,
I feel like,
he wasn't. Not that I could see. Blackest Night says the second time YouTube has turned off all notifications for me for comics. I'm not surprised, dude. I'm really not surprised because YouTube clearly does not like me.
Yeah. Well, I've been getting a lot of that hate too. Thanks, comics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
Right.
All right.
I solved that by not having any content.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fight the power, man. The way we fight the power is by creating content, which is I have not been doing either. So it's not like I ever to speak on that front.
Yeah, Brahmabull did another video, so that's 2. So now I'm going to have to do 1.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I have to get off my ass and fucking make content.
Oh yeah, day jobs. Hello, day jobs.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem, dude. There's times where you're done for the day.
Yep. So this character looks interesting.
Yeah, this is the original Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah. Which looks completely different from what we're going to be getting in this stupid show.
Well, it has to be 25% different.
Does it? Anyway, go ahead, Corey.
On top of this comment from McGregor, Entertainment Weekly also confirmed a number of rumors surrounding the show. it revealed a first look at Moses Ingram's Inquisitor Reva. They explain the character will prove a formidable new foe as she seeks out Jedi in hiding for the Empire. That's a chick.
No, that's the chick is this is the black chick. That's what he's referring to.
Yeah, but if that picture up there is supposed to be the character they're supposed to be.
That's the Grand Inquisitor.
That's the Grand Inquisitor.
Different. Yeah, that's a different character. Yeah, the Cenobite looking person's a different character.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, isn't that whiteface if a black lady does that? But never mind. Ingram would also confirm the presence of the Grand Inquisitor, explaining that her character, the Grand Inquisitor, and Darth Vader share a common dark side goal.
Killing all the Jedi? That's not a secret.
One image also shows Reva facing off against Joel Edgerton's Uncle Owen. Finally, EW revealed that McGregor indeed will be traveling off-planet, specifically to a new planet called Daiyu. The series
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. So I'm assuming that the new planet that is discount Coruscant is this Daiyu thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, John's saying he did include photos from the EW interview.
Okay.
The CW?
EW. Entertainment Weekly.
I know.
The question is, if comics were to go to the planet Daiyu, would he get his beard dyed again?
No, I think Daiyu is where you go to have your soul die.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Speaking of dyeing your beard, so if I'm gonna try to do that, comics, would you like tell me how to go about making it? Not
how to dye your hair? Or
I would pay $1,000 to see you dye his beard.
No
live stream.
Well, I'm going to be in San Antonio in like less than 2 weeks, so it could happen.
Yeah.
Bow wow.
Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to get that put together. We need to put that together so I can actually tell people where we're gonna be after we eat.
All right. Someone's saying is this from Alter Carbon? No, this is actually from the other show that was canceled.
Oh, the
Underworld. Thank you. I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, that show. If you watch the test footage from that, you're like,
it was pretty good.
I want this show.
Sadly, we'll never see it.
I want this show
because everything Disney just turns to shit.
Yep. The series writer Joby Harold says the planet sort of has a Hong Kong feel to it. He added, it's got a graffiti-ridden nightlife, and it's kind of edgy. It's just got a different lane and a different feeling. So you're trying to make it like a Mass Effect bar, but a whole planet?
Okay, so yeah, it's like Mass Effect Cyberpunk edition for Star Wars.
Well, that sounds riveting.
They tried that in the book of blah blah Fett.
Barely Fett, yeah. And let me tell you, this particular jam looks like this is why the Galactic Star
Space
Cruiser.
Portland.
Yes.
Well done, Master Sidearms. Oh gosh, why?
And I guess if you have, I'm trying to think. No, never mind.
It has its own Chaz.
I'm sad.
No, I was trying to come up with like a who the Trump bumper sticker would be, because my brother, when I was there years ago, was talking about how somebody had a Trump bumper sticker and somebody threw a brick through their window. Anyway, that's
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Much of this was teased in a recent plot leak from Making Star Wars that claims the series sees Reva alongside a number of other Inquisitors and the Grand Inquisitor arriving on Tatooine to track down a Jedi named Nari, who is seeking out Kenobi to rebuild the Jedi Order. In fact, the alleged leak claims Reva goes on a tear on Tatooine, maiming a number of individuals with One such instance being witnessed by Uncle Owen, who believes the Inquisitors have arrived on Tatooine to locate Kenobi. In fact, he believes Kenobi's presence has put Luke at risk.
Yeah.
I like that picture, Culture. That's awesome.
Terror on Tatooine. That's
Sir talk some shit. That's great.
Sir talk some shit. All right, we got to solo this so we can see it.
Look at it.
Sir talk some shit. Yeah,
That's nice.
me. What is yours, Culture Casino? Okay, 32 Flave. All right.
Yeah, it's just basic. It was fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not enough melanin in that picture.
I'm sorry. We have melanin. It just is. It's infrequently showing up to streams. I've noticed. Man,
There we go. That's better.
Call people out for attendance and issues. I mean, come on, dude.
Can you go up to that other picture of the guy sitting there at the thing?
That me, Darth
Quick,
Vader.
all right. Yeah. So why is he staring into that massively bright object?
I think it's supposed to be a hologram.
Okay. All right.
At first I thought it was a crystal.
Me too.
Me too.
Darth Vader staring into a space crystal, but it looks like there's a person right there.
I'm like,
Yeah, but
I'm
is
like,
he meditating?
It looks like a hologram.
I was
reading
like, that is
tarot
a-
cards.
I was like, that's a big ass kyber crystal. I'm like, that's freaking huge.
Is he
This
gonna
was
make a
when they were
giant,
trying to help him resolve some of his emotional issues with some psychoactive drugs.
There you go.
And they were like, stare at this. He's like, bro.
I have too much toxic masculinity that needs to be purged.
Why do you sound like Bane?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Comic Bane as Darth Vader.
I can sound more like Bane if I talk like this.
Bane division.
So, Batman.
Oh, there's a video in there.
Wow.
Prepper tips from Bane.
Making Star Wars would go on to detail that this idea of Luke being in danger is what motivates Kenobi to leave Tatooine. That and the Inquisitors have allegedly set a trap where they have kidnapped Princess Leia in an attempt to lure out any Jedi. Leia is reportedly taken to a planet that Making Star Wars described as Reno if it were a Star Wars planet. That description appears
Jesus
to match up with Dayu.
So real quick,
Reno.
Bane prepper tip number 6. You should store at least 6 months worth of water in your garage. Make sure you use BPA-free storage containers. Batman.
there we go.
Funny and useful. Nice.
Oh no.
What do you make of this description of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I think it sounds like shit, and I have no desire to watch it.
I'm
That
so glad
probably
I never
will
got
roast
D+.
it.
That's,
I don't know. I'm honestly to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to touch this show. I really don't.
I won't. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't touch it with Drew's dick.
But you
Michael
could.
Hill for $2. Hail Comics. Love your content, man. Well, thank you.
Welcome to Dick's Division, my friend.
Yeah, I need to make more of it. That's for sure.
In fact, you need a clip that says "Welcome to Dick's Division" for all of your new members.
Why would I need that?
Members.
I see what you did there. Okay, Toxic Man Poop for $10. Division Ranch money grab number 19. The Juicy Challenge. Spend 150 days in the Division Ranch jail with your back against the wall. Bonus points for not dropping the Culture Casino Silky Smooth body soap.
Awesome talks.
That was great. Pope Metallicus the First for $5. 10 years ago, I would have blown my load if this story was announced. Now I just could not care less. I think that's the worst part of DSW.
Disney Star Wars. Yeah.
Yes. I agree, man. I'm right there with you. I mean,
is preaching.
I think if, like 10 years ago, before all this shit happened, they announced like a Kenobi show, I'll be like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, it'd be fantastic. No, it's a fucking train wreck.
It's super. Oh,
Yep. Trucker Rob for $5. Fuel prices are just wonderful. I'm sure the roads in Midwest will be fixed in no time.
Oh yeah.
Is that sarcasm I detect?
Hey, we could solve this whole fuel thing. I mean, like the fight that we have over, all of it. If the truckers here just stop doing anything, all they have to do is just take a week off,
Or you could just buy an electric car.
Oh, okay, Buttigieg, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but 95% of our
buy an electric car that costs $50,000.
At least.
Moron.
At least, have you seen the new Teslas? Mother trucker, those are expensive.
Oh, they're
cow.
Teslas, dude. Yeah.
Well, why you want to buy a little shit box Volt or what do you call those things? Not a Volt. It's what's the little tiny thing? It's a
Leaf.
Oh. No, it's like it's a leaf. Yeah, the Leaf. Yeah, that thing. That thing is like, okay, you can go 100 miles and then take a nap for 8 hours, and then you can go another 100 miles.
Well, the funny thing is he charges those wonderful electric cars, right? Those dirty and terrible coal burning, plants.
Yeah, these people they're dumber than rocks.
Anyway, Mexican Iron Man. Welcome, Mexican Iron Man. How you doing, dude?
Mikey?
For 10 American pesos, if Disney believed in diversity, then where are the Mexicans? Mexican construction droids. Where's the Latino Jedi? Hashtag brown droid lives matter. Hashtag
Sombrero
Jedi. I was like, okay, sorry, it took me a minute.
Yeah, and I'm with him. I really what I want to see is like the Vato Jedi, man. I want
Right.
I want the top button buttoned.
Well, there are a lot of gangs and cartels in these movies.
Yes.
So
indeed. Blue-eyed Roof creamed the base for $2. This week on Grogu's bodyguard, the Mandalorian. Or as I like to call him, the Blandalorian babysitter.
Oh,
yeah,
bro. You know why we haven't?
$19.99. Okay, hang on that one. Okay, for the look of the trailer, it looks like they're going to Nar Shaddaa.
Shaddaa.
And I thought it was Nar Shaddaa. Or a Disney knockoff. Oh yeah, you're right. It's could be a Disney knockoff version of the place. Nar Shaddaa is the moon around Now Hutta. Yay, more scavengers. More scavenged and twisted EU lore. Yeah. Likely huts incoming. I don't know.
Well, that would be a fait accompli. How long was Jabba in place on Tatooine? It was a long time.
Yeah, he was there for a long time. But I mean, for the most part, that was hut space still, right?
Yeah, it's still hut space. Oh, yeah. All of that's Huttonese. The outer,
hut space, the outer room.
Yeah.
Actually, before I address that, let me make sure Mark.
Well, that's the other thing they screwed up. The spice. Oh, I don't even want to get into this. I'm gonna guess no.
I'll make a comment. The reason there's no Latino Jedi is because they'd all be grays. They'd be like, I want the money and use the cool powers, Holmes.
Blue-eyed Ripcrew in the base for $2. Waiting for them to canonically screw up a prequel. Yeah, well, you might get it.
You don't have to wait. It's going to be the first episode.
Yeah. Toxic Man Flu for $5. Division Ranch Charities number 13, the Obi-Wan Center for How to Deal with Bad Feelings.
With bad feels.
Vote for 10 years.
We need on Division Ranch, somebody needs to come up with one for kids that don't read good.
Yeah, that'd be me. Blue-eyed Roof Cream the base for another $2 Disney dollars. Disney subtly deconstructing plus rewriting history. Yes.
They're not. There's nothing subtle about it. Are you, they
not really.
They came in like a wrecking ball. I mean, Miley Cyrus was like, "Wow, that was a little."
It's about as subtle as a barbed wire cock up the ass. Anyway, Mr. TickleTrunk for another. Actually, I guess it's the first 5 oppression dollars of the evening. I thought the Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru show was going to be called Crispy Crackers. I feel totally ripped off now.
Oh no!
You should feel ripped off with
It's
that.
a Tatooine barbecue.
I don't think any sauce is going to help that one.
No, that's kind of well done. Now, Mr. Trickle for another 5 oppression dollars. A Jedi, a bounty hunter, and a Mary Sue walk into a Disney. Oh, you heard this one before.
A couple times.
Yes,
indeed, we have. Yeah. Eric K for $2. Young Leia will come save Obi-Wan and Luke.
Yeah, absolutely.
She will swing in on her robe. Oh, dude, you know.
She's got this bullwhip, and
she is the one to put Obi-Wan on the straight and narrow.
I bet you she uses the Force at some point.
Yeah,
and then magically forgets before.
Yeah, and breaks everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first episode will destroy canon immediately. For a
duh.
What
happened to Metachlorians?
I don't know, but I want to do
they were conveniently ignored, I think, and kind of brought back.
Okay.
And then conveniently ignored again.
Yeah.
Well,
Pope Metallicus the first for another 5 American pesos. God willing, we'll see each other again in Kenobi 2. The search for more diversity. Well played, sir. Well played. Mr. Grant Gregory for another 2 Australian didgeridoo dollars. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. That statement is 1. Yes.
That's a math joke. That's funny.
Ching.
Indeed it is. Commenting is dangerous for $5. I've lost the bleeps. I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? The bleeps.
Nobody gives Dark Helmet the raspberry.
I need my Biden decoder ring for that one. Hang on a minute.
Raspberry. I hate raspberry jam. God.
The jam, the radar.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, all right.
You didn't realize that was from
Spaceballs?
Spaceballs?
It took me a minute. I was like,
what?
No, I know.
Dark Skip it. We'll get to the trailer, man. We got to get through Super Chats first.
We will definitely get to the trailer.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Yes, that's one of my favorite lines. I use that all the time.
Oh, shit. Spaceballs. There goes the planet.
Oh, another
G-Man for $5.
princess.
That line always bothered me. It's only a Sith deals in absolutes. An absolute statement itself. Yes.
It is.
I don't think George was trying to be ironic, but
no.
It rhymes. It's like poetry. Anyway, Mr. TickleTrunk for yet another oppression dollars. 5 oppression dollars. You guys ready for Black Female Inquisitor with activist hair to turn back to the light side and end up being a star of the show? Me neither. Yeah. I love how he has the squirt gun to the head.
Yes. Yes. That is one of the best Han Solo pictures.
Yeah.
Harrison did that.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. As I pointed out before, you see more of her in the trailer than you do of Obi-Wan. The title character. Yeah.
Plus those camels. I mean, the Eopes. That's I always forget the name of those things. Eopes.
Retarded space camels. Anyway.
Yeah. I based on everything I've heard, no.
Eric Winberg for $2. Will Qui-Gon have a cameo? Let's hope not. That's another character we don't need to have destroyed. But he will at some point. Blue-Eyed Roof created the base for $2. To own DeSantis, Disney's will make young Luke gay. I mean, they kind of already established that when, Mark Hamill basically said, "Oh yeah, sure, Luke can be gay."
Luke is an idiot.
Why does it matter?
It shouldn't in any way, shape, or form.
Mr. TickleTrunk for another $2 oppression dollars. This show, moisture evaporators my bits dry. Yeah. No fun, dude. This is not going to be fun at all. And before I get to the next one, I want to see what ARS is. Argentine peso. Okay, there we go. Zan Zoltan for 50 Argentinian pesos. Given some coin because I love your content comics. Let's be honest. What could they add to the story? We all know this is content for content's sake. Yes, it is content for their streaming platform, as I pointed out in my Book of Boba Fett
Zan Zoltan
review multiple times. It's exactly what it is, man. It's content for the sake of content to put on the streaming platform. I have to use that. Pope Metallic the First. Pope Metallicus the First for $5. Hollywood. Search for this wider audience. Reminds me of South Park episode where Randy keeps chasing the dragon. Yeah. You're not wrong. But that's the thing. I mean, they've been doing this shit for years, not just with Disney Plus, but they've been doing this with Marvel Comics, right? And
I've been doing it everywhere, and it's all of them.
Well, that's where it really, really started.
Yeah.
But again, as Gary has pointed out multiple times, that was the test bed, right? You were gearing up for everything else. Buford T. Justice for $20. Everyone already knows the black female Inquisitor will end up being a good guy, and that she will really be the lead of the show. Another Disney bait and switch. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. You can read their playbook. You don't even need to read it. We've seen it.
Just watch the Book of Boba Fett. That's all you need to know. That's the playbook. I mean,
I can write a woke script and at any moment. Give me any property and I can kick out a woke script that will destroy it. It doesn't take that much effort. And that's why they have a whole story group full of these peoples with diversity and dinosaurs for fucking Star Wars.
Maybe we'll get a legacy answer rap.
I have to highlight this. This is absolutely hilarious. Let me see if I can find Blackest Nights. Here we go. Space Division, the search for more dicks.
I wish I'd have come up with that one. That's good.
That was good. Down. Yep. Mutant Banhammer for $2. Hold up. How does the Empire know who Leia is? Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only thing they should know about her is the fact that she's Senator Bail Organa's daughter. So,
right.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, she's so strong in the Force they can just tell.
Master Sidearm says Troops which is a great short if you guys have not seen it. The Pink 5 stuff is also really funny. If you haven't seen that. It's basically what if a Valley girl was an X-Wing pilot and was at the Battle of Yavin. It's pretty funny. Fucking old as hell. Oops, I forgot to unstar it. Toxic Manflu for 5 American pesos. Division Ranch Charities number 13, the Obi-Wan Center for How to Deal with Bad Feels.
Yeah.
Yep, I doubled that. Sorry. Yep.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
Indeed. Mags for another $5. Like a Bantha, an Inquisitor story.
Like a Bantha.
I swear they'll make a rap out of it. It'll be a rap.
Yeah. The Uber Geek for £5 British pounds. Am I the only one who thinks, dude, what are you doing up so late? First off, I just realized this is like 5 a.m. for you. Anyway, maybe am I the only one who thinks the Grand Inquisitor looks like a discount Brainiac? No, dude, I think that's kind of spot on. He he does not look like the Inquisitor. And the thing that's so stupid is that they've had that species in the films before. So we know they can do the makeup and the prosthetics and whatnot. But apparently they're fucking cheaping out, which is sad. Vicidius for another $9.99. Yep, judging from that, they're just going to end up Disneyfying Nar Shaddaa. It's really cool place in the OG expanded universe. Yeah, dude, I used to run a Star Wars tabletop, and for a while I had the PCs on. Basically, they were out in the Outer Rim, and they went in, obviously, in the hut space, and we're on the planet of Nar Shaddaa. I thought it was Nar Shaddaa, but you have to understand, West End Games did a lot.
They did great stuff.
A lot of good stuff for Star Wars. They kept it alive when the movies weren't, happening, and they really contributed a lot to the universe. I mean, it's where Twilight comes from. Is from West End Games.
Yep, I was an Imperial double agent. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a good game. That 70s rock fan for $5 oppression dollars is Drew in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is Drew in Obi-Wan Kenobi because I heard someone was well hung in Mos Eisley.
It's true. For most Eisley, anyway.
Oh, that was funny. Well played, sir, is all I have to say. MrTickleTrunk for another $5 oppression dollars. There's no books to pull from, was KK. Yeah, we're going to rip off the extended universe, but pretend we're not. Pretend we're not, so we don't have to pay them anything.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. I mean, do they just have to pay royalties for that stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the only thing I could think of as the reason why I'm not using it.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing like Ethan. When EVS, he creates characters, they have to continue to send him money.
Pay royalties, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Primac Vulcan for $4.99. There are no Latino Jedi because they keep getting knocked up and having to drop out Jedi Academy.
Nice.
Is Mike still here? Mike, is that there?
Oh my God, that was hilarious. What's up, Tim Talks? How you doing? All right, MrTickleTrunk for another $5 oppression dollars. We live in a timeline where Spaceballs is better than Star Wars sequels. Oh, dude. If only. You are absolutely 100% correct, which is the sad part.
No, and
has anyone talked about that yet? It's just it just hit me. No, I don't think anyone has. I mean, it's well the other thing too is we live in a world where basically fan films that were made like 10 years ago are better than what we're getting out of actual Disney. 2019,
an independent fan film was made called Kenobi. It's available, I think. On YouTube. Fuck, it was great. I mean, it's obviously a fan film, but it was so well done. You have to check that out. Yeah, and they probably stole from it, to be honest.
That guy, he did several fan films.
He did.
I can't remember his name, but oh my God,
I still think Troops is the best ever when it comes to fan films. Do you ever see that?
Oh yeah, you were in the bathroom when I mentioned it. Yeah, dude. Troops is a great fan film.
So great, so funny. It's like, oh, that's so.
They did it. They did a sequel, and I'm pretty sure that they're not able to do them anymore. But it was called, I think it was like Ips or something like that. It was like Imperial Personal Stories.
Oh man,
yeah, they were really good.
Hardware Wars was always my favorite.
Oh, that was great too.
Ham salad.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $3 goodbye. Parrot Head for $2. Man, Parrot Head, it's been a while, man. How you doing? Spaceballs, the super chat.
Thank you. That's true.
Hey, what's up, Reuben? Reuben for $2. Disney Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a trap. Absolutely
It's a
is
trap.
100% a trap. They're using nostalgia to bait you in to watch a show about a character that is not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Indeed.
Yeah, we all know this. Nobody's going to be surprised when they pull the old switcheroo. We're on to Disney's tricks.
It's we know your playbook, KK. You guys are dumb as rocks.
Yep. Ben and Wade, the nice gunslinger for $5. Since this is a comic show, can we talk about how DC had to move offices and Gay Superman just fell off the top 50?
Also,
oh wow. Well, I knew about the Gay Superman falling off the top 50. What's this about DC having to move
they
offices?
got evicted. Warner's like, get the flip out of this building. We're moving you to shittier quarters. This is prime real estate. You guys suck rocks. Get out. And that is no joke.
Is fucking funny.
That's no joke. That's old news. I thought everybody knew that. That's like
dude, I don't fucking pay attention to comics anymore, man. It's a dead medium at this point.
Dude, man, Warner's gonna get even more cutthroat. Like Jason Kilar
I should fucking talk about that. That's fucking funny.
Jason Kilar rolled in there to do like a job, and he started to get it done. And
are you saying that his name lives up to killer?
Oh, dude, Jason is a killer. That's what they brought him in for. So he was in there slaying away, and then they're like, nah, you know what? We're gonna merge, and then we're gonna kill more of these jobs. So wait for round 2 of mass devastation. They're prepping it. I mean, I talked about it today.
I'm waiting for Jim Lee to get canned. I really am.
It could happen. They have.
I called that shit a while back when I was doing videos talking about DC with all the cuts and whatnot.
Yeah, they got like right now. Warner's like they're going to, when they come in and this merger finishes with Discovery Warner, you're going to see firings of people at CNN. Like they're going to lose probably both of their last 2 main anchors. So Don Lemon is probably toast, because that dude's in the middle of a jury trial, bad touch thing. And you have Stelter, who's been caught in some other stuff that's not quite public yet. That's going to come out. And so those 2 are toast. And they were very
the thing that pisses me off. Okay, so like years ago, before Disney went down this, or not Disney, I'm sorry, DC went down this route. Yeah. So that's a Jim Lee print right there. I paid an exorbitant amount of money for when I saw Jim Lee, and he's signed it too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. I also got my Wildcats #1 signed.
Wow.
Along with X-Men #1 that he drew signed. Yeah. So yeah, I'm disappointed in Jim Lee. I really am.
Well, a lot of people are, but it's just like I said, it's just that was a weird occurrence. And then you have
I'm sorry to cut you off, because this is one thing I just remembered. Yeah. So when he was at Alamo City Comic-Con, that's where all this took place. I already had all the stuff signed, and somebody asked him the diversity inclusion question, and he basically was spewing a lot of stuff that the normal people were spewing at the time. I was like, son of a bitch. It's like I shouldn't have. It's like if I knew that beforehand, I wouldn't have had him sign shit. And I wouldn't have shelled out a large sum of cash for that fucking print. Anyway.
Yeah. And so I think once the Discovery deal happens, you'll have CNN get shed. You're going to see a lot of not important divisions lose a lot of people. David Zaslav is actually physically moving onto the studio lot. He's not effing around. This dude's gonna roll in there.
I'm waiting for them to actually go and close down DC and outsource it. I'm waiting for them, like, for IDW to be saved by basically DC and Marvel as they go and start giving them, all their comics to do.
It could happen. It really could happen. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, but Yellow Flash did a video about the evictions. A couple other people did, but
the most recent Yellow Flash video I watched was the one from today about the one voice actor. Who's gay? That basically did some bad stuff.
Oh, dude, let me tell you, it's always those that doth protest too much that you should be paying very much close attention to.
Yeah. Well, and just like how, they fucking dunk on Vic, but this guy's gonna get a fucking pass.
No, he won't.
Dumb. No, the people that are dunking on Vic, they're not going to go after him. Not in the least.
Yes, but he's not going to get a pass.
You know what year we live in, right?
I know, but let me tell you. Well, I guess.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll pay close attention to what the Yellow Flash reports on regarding that stuff.
Oh,
it would be great if he does not get a pass, but I think he will.
So much
they'll defend him.
So much great content's going to come out of that Umbrella guy and Yellow Flash in the next few weeks as we move forward into the AH and JD stuff, because that is 100% why they completely reframed their entire year.
AH and JD.
Yeah. You can't say on Bear.
Just send to me in the private chat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The chick that got the dude fired from the films because
okay. Yeah.
So but anyway, gotcha. but that's they had to rearrange their entire slate because that trial happens when Aquaman 2 was going to be released. And so they had to push their entire slate of films.
No, I heard that's funny.
Those bananas.
Absolutely hilarious. Dan Hans for $10. After the Rise of Skywalker, I turned away from my beloved Star Wars. The trilogy does not exist to me. Yeah, nothing Disney has produced has remotely felt like Star Wars 1 of 2. Yeah, dude, completely agree with you there. It really hasn't. Dan Hans for another $10. For me, it's episodes 1 through 6, yeah, and the EU. I've got 40 plus Star Wars books in my bookcase telling me the proper lore of Star Wars universe, the 2 of 2. Yeah, dude. It's unfortunate that all that wonderful content for the most part got flushed down the toilet and it's being slowly cannibalized by a shitty corporation with no soul.
Yeah. Well, and untalented hack writers that can't properly execute continuity.
Yep. MrTickleTrunk for another $5 oppression dollars. Super chats brought to you by not buying movie tickets anymore because everything is shit. You guys should thank Disney more. So ungrateful.
Thank you, Disney.
Oh man. Yeah, I am definitely ungrateful for the garbage that Disney puts out. But I am grateful for your super chats, man. I do appreciate it.
We are
the
very
God damn it. Fucking Invisalign, dude.
Uber Greek.
Well, it's right now it's causing my mouth to salivate, which is either causing me to spit or fucking not be able to say words. The Uber Geek for another 5 British pounds, which is proper money. As and Gary would say. Yes, it is indeed nearly 5 a.m. here, but my body clock has become American. You lot just can't stop appropriating. Oh, dude. It's funny because it's like I saw Az streaming. I think it was like last night. I was like, dude, it's gotta be like 5 or 6 in the morning for him. I was like, what the hell is he doing streaming? Anyway.
Well, anybody who plays Elden Ring loses track of all every all time.
Apparently he's a fucking time suck. I might have to get that game so I don't have to do anything.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go bounce into that game.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's 11 o'clock, man.
Yes, it is.
We can't get a chance to get to the other article yet, but that's fine. Go and enjoy Elden Ring, my friend.
I will. Catch me as always on YouTube on my channel, Sir Talks a Lot. Find me on Twitter, The Good Voice Guy, and stay tuned for Sir Talks a Lot. Talking with Talks a Lot on Monday is going to be Fat Steven Seagal. It's going to be interesting time seeing if I can keep him from going political. And then
wow.
The following Monday will be Culture Casino. That'll be awesome, as always.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.
See you later, man.
Have a good one.
All right. We will play you out.
No ticket.
All right, and then there was three. Pope Metallicus the First for $5. When it comes to fan content, no one beats Warhammer 40K with this. Astaris. Yeah, dude, that was awesome. This one time at Alamo City Comic Con, there was a dude dressed as a Space Marine, and he was like legit 9 feet tall. It was fucking cool. I mean, that armor was amazing.
I love that, you know, and it like, I know it takes forever to do a really good cosplay like that, you know, because then you've got to get painters, you know, you got to get painters, stilts, and the whole nine. But dude, it's so worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really, really good cosplay. I'll have to dig that picture up sometime and show you guys. It was pretty slick. Ben Wade, the Nice Gunslinger, for $5 in reference to Leia. James Lucino covered that really well with the Vader sending her in Rise of the Dark Lord. It was a great read.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, your avatar, gold. It's a Darth Vader holding free hug sign. So, so great. You know, that's the one guy you don't want to say choke me to in bed, is just, I'm going to say. Yeah.
Choke me.
There you go.
Spit in my mouth. Fucking
God, I hope Grant's clipping that. Because if he's not, I'm going to later.
Don't encourage him.
Grant, dude, did you guys watch my video from today? Because Grant took me out to lunch. In the video was so good. I loved it. Oh man, I screw up a lot when I record videos. So, but
you screw up a lot.
Well, I do.
Fortunately, he gets the edited version where I don't fuck up. All right.
Oddly enough, I don't screw up in my videos. So there's only one, but
no, it's because you need to start making them, I guess.
Yeah, make content, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like me.
Hey, I've seen this trailer.
Yeah.
Could you make it smaller?
Sure.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
That's what she said.
Oh God.
No? Okay.
Is this trailer making you flaccid?
Yes.
Culture makes me flaccid. Yes.
That's not true. That's
not that one time.
That's the opposite of Monday.
Yes.
That's an
The fight
EOP.
is done. We lost.
As Obi-Wan resorts to cutting.
Yeah,
we lost. It's done.
Yeah, I know it's not a vibro blade, but you can see him there with the vibro blade doing little marks on his arm.
It'd be even better if he just leaned over and he was pulling on a tourniquet and just whacking on his arm. Like, oh yeah,
shooting up with space heroin.
That's right.
Everybody
Tatooine gold, baby.
Sometime.
A little.
Oh yeah, if they got REM to do this, that would be.
Dude, oh my gosh, where's YetiCast when you need him? Because that dude could cut like this thing to pieces with like just ridiculous emo. Like
no, what they need to do is like cut it to the Kermit the Frog during Hurt.
Yeah. I hurt myself today.
I hurt myself today.
Stay hidden.
And you're going to do the exact opposite.
Keep it hidden. Keep it safe.
The key.
I love it. It was funny. As we're talking about this, it's like, that looks just like a snow speeder.
I was like, that is a busted ass A-wing if I've ever seen one. But okay.
I think it looks to me a lot more kind of like a Kylo Ren ship in a weird sort of way, but with smaller wings.
No, but I think you're right. I think it's basically discount snowspeeder.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't me. That was John.
It's lazy, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
that is just absolute lazy shit. right there.
Yeah. I could have drew a better spaceship when I was a kid, because I did.
Mm-hmm.
To hunting Jedi. This patience.
Dude, that dude looks so dumb. So dumb.
Okay, so he's missing.
That is discount makeup.
Yeah, he's missing the red eye marks, and he's missing. I mean, there's so much.
Well, no, dude. Like, okay, let me see if I can find that one picture from Revenge of the Sith. I don't remember the name of the species though. I gotta look it up real quick.
Like one of my favorite species in Star Wars is the Devorians.
It looks like they filmed this at the Galactic Star Cruiser at the cheap show, right? Because they have if it takes them 4 or 5 hours to get in that makeup,
I don't know, but
it's not going to be high quality.
You have Hat Guy, You have Salad Bowl Hat Guy, behind him,
serving noodles,
left
right?
there. Yeah, and in his like I said last night, that looks like a laser tag like target. Like he's got 2 on the shoulders, 1 in the center, and a couple on the hips. So
let me stop sharing this, and I'll share the picture from the actual film. If I can actually find the thing. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. So that's what they look like. That is actually a. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can make this a little smaller so you guys can see it a little better.
Wow, Pauns.
Yeah. So this is what they actually look like in the movie. And what do we get again?
I'm trying to figure out how they did the actually now I think I figured it out.
Okay. So this dude has the roundest fucking head. All right. Looks nothing like the actual character.
It looks like they took the volleyball leftover from the movie Castaway and just put it on his head and painted it green.
Yeah, pretty much.
It seriously does. That is, and okay, whatever. It's a trailer, blah, blah, blah. That just looks, again, lazy.
Look, he's...
Right?
It's a trailer, but still, dude. I mean, come on.
He's sweating his bald cap off for you. Come on, guys.
That's true. That's true. I shouldn't make fun of the follically impaired.
No. I'm telling you right now, that dude has really long hair, and so they had to like bunch it all up under his bald cap, and
Oh, way to take one for the team.
Yeah, but they could at least made his head look like the species.
Normal.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that they all are wearing like ear cups? Like it looks like they like cut like your like if you're a golfer, you have like covers for your wedges and stuff and your irons. It looks like they cut those in halves and they put them on these guys' ears.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff in here, I'm like going, wait a minute, that is not a good problem.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion.
And okay, so there's your main character for the show.
Yep, for sure. And notice how she doesn't have any glowing red lights anywhere.
Leaves a
And
trail.
there's Uncle Owen.
Oh wait, she has a glowing red light. I was corrected.
Okay.
Plus, and you were right, that does look like Mass Effect. It looks like the N7 thing, except it's Virginia Tech.
I think that was John F. Trent that brought that up.
Yeah.
Well, if you painted her blue with a ponytail,
But I
she'd be an
agree,
avatar.
man. This looks like
That's
she's Batmaning.
that's your Michael Vick honorarium there. Virginia Tech number 7.
It is. Are they going to have
What?
some fighting dogs?
Yeah, probably.
That's a good pick. That's a great catch.
I love how John pointed out Ace Chemicals.
Well, and that's funny because I saw CNC, right? And then I saw, oh, wait, no, it's backwards DNC. And then I was like, oh, wait. And so I just kept doing that. It's like clouds. You can see whatever you want to in it.
Yeah.
The Jedi code is like an itch.
By the way, how many chicks?
It gives you syphilis.
How many chicks in a row? Rewind. It's like chick, 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 chick.
Well, we cannot tell if this woman is or is not a female.
No, we can, dude. She's got the equipment.
And that's right. They have diversity and
Like
inclusion in
There you go.
the Empire.
There's the equipment.
Itch.
Okay.
No, there's another chick. And and a line of chicks. Well, actually, I guess that's chick, trans salad bowl head guy, and a chick with SJW haircut, and
It could be Bolchestians.
Help it.
Ball-chestians.
Where is he?
God, that's so stupid.
My God. All right. Do you remember Hellraiser?
Yeah, Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Pinhead looked way cooler than that. Come on.
Pinhead. Right. This is a cheap knockoff Pinhead.
Cenobite.
Yeah. What's up, George?
Wait, I have a button for that.
He's got a beautiful soul.
George, he's got a beautiful soul.
Thank you. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Have you seen this trailer?
No, I haven't.
Oh my
rewind.
God! Now we got to start over.
Just rewind and destroy the chat.
Is that an Inquisitor?
Yeah, that's the Grand
Supposedly.
Inquisitor.
Is it a good? Is it a good trailer for Obi?
No, it's terrible.
Yeah,
We'll start from the beginning.
It's great for content.
Yeah, it's great for content.
When,
Wait.
Show Vader.
A desert planet
No.
in Star Wars?
it's
Yeah. Well, it's
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Right.
Oh, that's
done.
What's that?
that's what he rode before. I always forget its name. That creature.
Yeah.
And Iopi.
Iopi. Yes, thank you, Culture. I
No,
forgot.
well, it took me like I always say the name wrong like 7 times, so I actually looked it up and kept practicing it yesterday because I was like, ugh.
Oh, why does this look bad? So far, it looks good.
No, wait.
Well, just wait.
We lost.
Okay. Where's Luke? You got to watch Luke. Okay.
Stay hidden.
And that's pretty much all you see of Obi-Wan Kenobi for this trailer.
What are you talking about? It's the Obi-Wan series.
Oh, yes, it is. But we all know it's to be.
That's an that's
wait.
the Inquisitor base on the water world.
Yeah.
His patience.
Okay, so that's the Grand Inquisitor right there.
Yeah.
Look how terrible he looks.
He looks horrible. I don't understand. He doesn't. I mean, his head needs to be coned
Yes,
more. What
coned.
is this? This is like just a bald with tattoos.
No, yeah, this is the Grand Inquisitor. Yeah.
They should have the
the-
guy with the saucer too. I always forget his name.
yeah.
Brother 4 or whatever.
It's just a bald.
It's just a ball.
What?
George, I love you too.
Jedi cannot help what they are.
Okay.
Their
What the
passion.
Who
Okay.
the fuck is that? Oh, don't tell me they're pulling this shit.
That's
This is
that's
like a
your main
switcheroo.
character. That's your main character,
No.
George.
This is the Obi-Wan show, not the fucking let me switch it out with somebody we fucking don't know. Oh, sorry.
Have you watched any of the Disney Plus shows?
Yes, but I thought
Did
they
you watch
learned
Hawkeye?
I thought they learned their lesson.
No,
Come
this
on,
is-
buddy.
This is
I
the
know I
master-
did because it didn't go well with Boba Fett. The only 2 episodes that did great were with Mando, the knockoff Boba, who was Jesus.
This is the masturbate and switch.
Yeah, masturbate. Yeah, for somebody, not for Star Wars fans.
Leaves a trail.
Of course, again. So 3 times
Yeah, like
already.
I said, she's
Like an itch.
in the show more than
Cannot
Obi-Wan
help it.
or the trailer.
4. So
Where
it's 4
is he?
times.
And we get the stupid fucking helicopter lightsaber.
Those were horrible.
Yes, they were. It's all Disney all the time.
Oh, the
Yeah,
walk
there's
guy.
salad bowl head.
He can cook in it 5 times. And how long is this video?
A minute
Oh,
47
again.
seconds.
6 times.
Hey, John Woo.
Oh my God! Did you hear it? Darth Vader's breathing.
Yeah, I wanted to see Vader. Where no Vader?
Yeah, they're not gonna tease the money shot. There you go.
The mummy shot.
The mummy. Yeah, the mummy shot.
Well, at least
Yay.
the lightsaber was in it.
Anyway, that's
That was pathetic.
Another C effort
Told
from
you.
a D plus network.
Yep.
I don't understand. Everyone keeps talking about culture. We've talked about it. You said they're transitioning. They're going to do more. They're going to change. Even Doomcock's talked about it. Tom's talked about it. This doesn't look like change.
I don't buy any of that shit, dude. Disney's not gonna fucking change.
Look, this has been in production hell. This thing was supposed to start work in 2017. It got booted down the road to 2019.
Yep.
Then they discovered that, by the way, this is the
the reason why they punted down the road is because of the failure of the Solo movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that initially when they were going to do it, they were going to be doing the Boba Fett movie. And they were going to be doing the Obi-Wan movie. And then Solo came out and fucking tanked.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, we can't make these movies. And of course they repurposed everything for, D+.
Yeah. Again, I mean, based on everything Chapek said specifically, and then everything that just happened in the shareholders meeting, I'm going to say Disney is not going to change. I'm just going to, it's funny because
Chapek said, I thought the whole memo that Chapek sent out when he got in there, remember?
The 3 pillars of rope. Yeah, go ahead, George. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're. That's when remember that big memo we all said. Well, there's change coming because he said basically no more woke shit. We're going back to entertaining fans. But he didn't say woke, but
yeah,
that's what we read into it.
Yeah. Well, of the five things the stockholders brought forward to vote on at the annual meeting, the only one that went through was the big institutional investor one. Everything else was voted down because they didn't want to be exposed. I can't talk about the politics of it all, but because this is a Monday, this is a Thursday show. But it's just, they voted down the audit of their anti-racism training, their CRT initiative called Reimagining Tomorrow. They voted down auditing that.
Why?
Well,
you know why?
No. The shareholders, it's in their interest to know where the money's going.
Yeah, except who's the primary shareholder right now? It's all institutions. The institutions have no interest in that. They want to enforce this bullshit across the board to control everything.
Okay, so what Shay brings up, Entertainment Weekly has still of Hayden in the suit. Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen Hayden yet. That he's supposed to.
No, we haven't.
But he's in all 6 episodes.
That's the thing. That's so weird about it.
They should show him
private jet. If you want to,
they gotta. No, they're holding him back on purpose.
Right,
but maybe I gotta talk to Manflu. Okay, so if you take a look, this is basically the cast so far. And they list, obviously, fucking Darth Vader should not be in this show.
Oh, fuckface is in this?
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. Yeah.
No, I love Hayden Christensen.
Come on, Hajiani.
Oh, God. That's
he's in it. Who knows what he's playing? And there's this guy.
I thought he was Salad Bullhead.
Who?
Hajiani? Yeah.
Rupert Friend is a pretty good actor, but he didn't look anything like him.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one playing Volleyball Head or Wilson.
Wow.
They got Owen Lars, the guy that played Owen Lars, back. They got the actress that played Emperor back.
Sung Kang, I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, they have some good people here.
Yeah.
And Dear Varma, I can't stand her. She's like a BBC lefty who's in everything lefty and always. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're not showing you Leia. They're not showing you. There's a lot of people.
We can do full cast here. So.
Well, Leia.
The funny thing is that they didn't name. What's her name? Okay, so that is actually everybody. Yeah, you're not. They're not going to release who's playing Leia yet. So this is Moses Ingram. I believe she's the one that's playing the diverse female Inquisitor.
Unbelievable. I didn't think they were gonna fuck up Obi-Wan because it's Obi-Wan. Because if you mess up Obi-Wan,
man.
No. Obi-Wan is a prime character. It's not Boba Fett. Obi-Wan, I'm like, you have Vader in it, dude, that's your money.
If it's a legacy character, okay, excuse me. If it's a legacy male character, they're gonna ruin it.
Right, but that is their money shot. That's like
They
their
don't care.
their bank
So was
account.
Luke Skywalker. They managed to fuck that
I know,
up.
but they fucked it up. I thought they would not repeat it with a legacy character again, and I didn't think McGregor would go along with it.
Oh,
course
come
he
on.
would.
He's
He's
woke as
woke
fuck.
as
He's
fuck.
fine with it.
McGregor
George has been bathing in the pool of eternal hope.
Yes,
No,
and
I,
love him
I,
for
I
it.
can't fault him for that, but
No, but the problem is even if he's woke, he doesn't want to be a supporting actor in his own series. He's bigger than Tamora Morrison. He's not just some
Right.
oh, I'm pretty sure if they throw enough money at him
he's an A-list
and,
actor.
and give him the pretty speeches on diversity and inclusion, he'll be fine.
Well, the first 6 actors in that IMDb list were male.
Yep.
I'm surprised.
But in the trailer,
It's all chicks.
yeah.
Yep.
Right. So it's a bait and switch.
Yeah, it's a
They keep that
masturbation.
yeah.
We need to coin that.
Nice pun.
Yeah. Masturbate and switch. Yeah. That's
We need to keep that one going, guys.
what it is. Yeah.
I-
I mean, it
a
sucks,
circle.
dude. It's like I want good Star Wars as much as anybody, but we're not getting it.
Yeah.
It's foolish to hold out hope for
Spencer!
Disney. Really.
Because when I've
Yeah.
talked to Tom and I've talked to Script Doctor, I was like, are we ever going to get like the Luke series? He's like, no, they're going to hold that to the last one. If everything else fails, that's going to be that they'll do right. So
Ace in the hole.
but I'm like, no one's going to be left to watch it.
They'll find a way of fucking it up.
I really
Seriously.
didn't think they would go this far. I didn't because it's like I figured an A-list actor like McGregor is not going to allow himself
did this
to
one.
be.
Yeah, but the icon's amazing. Yeah, seriously, the avatar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Vasidius for $9.99. I thought the lawsuit against Disney by the
It is.
accountant's whistleblower was supposed to start up again this month.
It
Have
is.
you heard anything on that front? It was supposedly delayed due to CV.
That's true. All of those things, all of your statements are true. They're supposed to re-engage. There's depositions, I think, and some other stuff going on that front. You also have 2 SEC investigations that Disney is going to try to weasel out of. And one of them is associated directly with the whistleblower. So let's see what happens.
I'm curious, Culture. Are the institutions they have? Do the average shareholders, non-institutions, do they not have enough voting majority?
33% of the investors are approximately 30%, 30%, whoever you want to believe the numbers are. Those are retail investors.
Right.
They're you and I.
Right.
But the balance of the shares are owned by institutional investors, and
But 33 is enough to table a quorum with the shareholder proxy, so they can bring the issue to the.
They actually tried to make it. They actually tried to make shareholder action 25%, and that was one of the proposals in the most recent thing, because it has to be. I think with Disney it has to be 50% or more. So yeah, when I watched it, I was like, oh, well, all of these are going to fail except for the one that's in favor of the institutional bullshit, and that's exactly what happened. Plus, Price Waterhouse was put in place there. Which
Price water, yeah, I know. That's what I had to say.
And it's just and that happened in this meeting, and so I was like, oh my god! But I just and then they
What
went
about a
into
shareholder lawsuit.
it's good, man. That would take
Fiduciary responsibility. They're not being responsible.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. What it would take would be a legislative body, essentially a law that would require organizations to operate out of a profit only or profit first model, and that would be something. If you want to participate in a commodities or an equity market or in any of those types of transactional circumstances, they could probably you could probably force it via law.
Right.
But it's going to take a lot. I mean, they're working right now. There's some people in Congress that are working right now on some language to go after ESG and some other stuff too. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it may take a federal law to backtrack all this Marxism. and at least, kick the WEF down the road. But again, we really aren't supposed to talk about this on Thursdays.
I thought this is movie stuff. I wasn't.
Well, and it kind of involves movies. So, by the way, guys, Scarman, I just saw your DM. I sent you the link if you want to jump on, and you're still awake.
When did the Obi trailer come out? I completely missed it. So y'all already watched it.
So they delayed it. Okay, so here's what happened. It was originally supposed to drop around midnight. Or at 12 a.m. yesterday. They pushed it. It was supposed to release at 9 Eastern. They pushed it. The reason they kept pushing it back is because they wanted a build up for it, because they were going to drop it during the investor call, which is what they did. The shareholder meeting, they dropped it right in the shareholder meeting, and then it went live. So yeah, we covered it. We covered it on Midnight's Edge in the morning. It's a really great show.
I've been buried the last couple of weeks.
Man, I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Yeah. Wow. Are they releasing another one, or is this usually
this is a teaser? This is just a teaser.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the teaser.
You have two more.
Probably see more bait and switch later.
You have two more. You have one that's going to be 3 weeks, and then one that's like exactly a week before the show. So
who's directing?
And they're dropping the show. Well, it's multiple directors, but I think Deborah Cho is the primary. Chow.
Well, she did actually a few good episodes.
Yeah, she did. I honestly, I thought she was one of the more competent directors out of the lot that we got from season 1 of Mando.
And you
much better than that bloody Robert Rodriguez, who became an utter fool.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm on the side of both Tom and Paulie, Latino Slant. I think he only did the show so they would give him the green light for Alita 2.
I know, except he Spy Kids did. You could tell.
Oh, of course.
I know, but you don't do that. That's why I say it's on his head. It lies a lot of the failure, because you notice that when Bryce Dallas Howard came in, that was a phenomenal episode.
She has her dad's chops. She has
her dad's.
Well, which is funny because she had the worst episodes in the first season of Mando.
She did, but this and the second season. But that's why I was really looking when I heard Robert Rodriguez. I'm like, he's not going to allow it. He's got a big enough name. He's going to do some good stuff. But then all he did was, and I remembered, Spy Kids. That's why he disappeared. Besides Alita.
Yeah,
he was dude. I fucking love Desperado. That's
such
a good movie.
Oh, and dude, El Mariachi.
He was great back in the day.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico with Kooky Depp, man, that was freaking spooky awesome. I love that film. Yeah. Everything he did, dude. That guy, if you hand him a suitcase with like $12,000, he can make a film.
Right, but then this time he decided, I'm going to bring in my Spy Kids franchise.
I think
I'm pretty sure that's what Disney wanted.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spencer Bakuli, who did this article.
Spencer!
Yep.
Spencer's in the chat. Did you say hi to Spencer?
I did say hi to Spencer.
He was wired last night. He was like me. We were just like,
yeah. So, did you hear about this, George? How they're doing this Netflix Valhalla show, and they basically raced and swapped a Norwegian ruler.
Jarl Haakon was a Norwegian ruler. He was the last pagan.
Yeah. And this is
come on, y'all are fucking someone's smoking shit. That's not possible.
This is fucking real.
It was a guy, number one.
It was a guy, but now they race swapped.
I'm gonna have to do a video.
We were talking about yesterday. Is like they've been race swapping historical figures.
But it wasn't a woman. I could understand at least if it was a woman. It was a dude, and it was also the last pagan ruler. Not just, and he was forced in the end to become, if I remember correctly, the history, to become Christian. It's like forced.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a
they did with Gemma Chan with some movie. They made what's her name? Black. God. One of King Henry's wives.
Oh.
Anne Boleyn. And so they're doing this as well. I'm waiting for Black George Washington to liberate the Mexicans.
Well, shit, we might as well make a Shaka Zulu film with all white people.
I think Culture was making jokes about an all Asian version
of
Shaka
Asian
Zulu.
cast. I was thinking an all Asian cast for Shaka Zulu.
Why not do it all white? I think it'd be hilarious. We'll make the
Yeah.
British all black, and we'll make the Shaka Zulu. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the funny thing is they're trying to walk it back, saying, this is not a real character. You know, it was not based on a real person.
No.
It's something we made up. This is
With my limited history, I recognize the name.
I recognize bullshit too.
Yeah. What are they trying to say? That this is like a quasi fiction and it's just fantasy story and it doesn't really matter?
Yeah. Well, that and the fact. So I brought up the other day. I think it was back in 2020, or was it 2019? Right around that time period. No, it was 2020 because it was after the riots. That basically they're trying to say that Beethoven was black.
Are you what?
Yeah, this is the clown.
Did
world
I
of our
hear
fucking living
correct?
in.
Beethoven was not black.
No, he wasn't. He was German.
German, yeah.
What is the first rule of the Marxist Manifesto? History starts now.
Yeah.
And they get rid of all of it.
I'm definitely doing a video on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crap. I mean, we all know that the Vikings were the greatest transgender race of all times. But yeah, come on.
Yeah,
you didn't know that? They invented the sex change operation.
Yeah, they did.
What is that? What the Blood Eagle really is?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I want to take it away, Culture. You want to read it?
Certainly. Building upon the groundwork laid by the history-bending castings of Anne Boleyn and Queen Charlotte, the historically white and male Norwegian ruler Jarl Haakon has been both race and gender swapped for his appearance in Netflix's Vikings Valhalla.
It just makes me laugh.
Yes.
Is this not on History Channel anymore? Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. What? Apparently, this is actually a direct sequel. That's what Spencer mentioned last night to the actual Vikings TV show that was on, I guess, Sci-Fi. No, it wasn't Sci-Fi. It was History Channel.
History Channel was the original.
Yeah.
So this is Netflix. I see. That's the problem. You got the Obamas on their board.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's independent filmmakers that are still creating the stuff, right? They're just getting the funding through Netflix.
I don't know because they have different deals. Sometimes they're just distributors. Sometimes they're
I didn't realize that Barack and Big Mike were on the board of Netflix.
They got $100 million for it, both him and her together, total package. Yeah. And they're trying. I think they also
so I can get rich.
They also brought what's their face, Harry and Fuckface.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, they're on the board with them, or on the honorary board. One of those things. I can't remember.
A Netflix exclusive sequel to history's original Viking series, Vikings Valhalla, picks up 100 years after Ivar the Boneless began the Norse invasion of England and focuses on the European clash between Christianity and paganism beliefs, as well as the end of the Viking Age.
Okay, there you go right there. All right. Ivar the Boneless. Obviously, that was a woman, right? Ivar the Boneless. So there, right there, you have all the proof that you need that all of these Viking leaders were women. No bones.
Yeah. Which is pretty funny because they think actually the Ivar the Boneless was actually an insult, basically saying he couldn't get an erection.
Like sporking. Okay.
Yeah. like sporking. But yeah, I mean, there isn't any actual evidence that he was a cripple, I believe. And yeah, it was more of a, like I said, it was a tarnishing of his name.
I wonder if it's because he used a chariot, because I know he used a chariot in history, but a lot of them didn't. I wonder if that's because your theory sounds more accurate than, because you couldn't survive back then with that type of disability.
No.
Didn't survive long.
Introduced in the series premiere episode and portrayed by Danish pop jazz singer Carolyn Henderson, Jarl Haakon is depicted as the benevolent and wise ruler of the Catguy region in Denmark, itself shown as an open haven for people of various faiths and ethnicities during a time of conflict based on these attributes.
I would like the historical fact check, please, on that.
Well, they traveled a lot, except for the fact that they conquered people. They didn't assimilate a lot of people. Those usually called slaves. Some of them they freed.
They're called thralls. Yeah.
Thralls, yes. So are they trying to say that they were like this, the UN of the time?
I don't know, because I remember in Vikings, they encountered this Chinese woman, and Ragnar takes her as a slave, and I'm thinking to myself, though that is plausible, I don't see that actually happening.
They didn't make it to the east that far. How would
she was? I'm trying to remember where he acquired her. I want to say it was like either the Middle East or somewhere in Europe. But and here's the thing. I mean, there is, some historical evidence, but it was more. I want to say it was either Stone Age or Bronze. Yeah, Stone Age peoples actually had made their way from Europe over to China. I mean, because they found the skeletons and found the hair.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's like it was very rare, and odds are they either bred in or they just died.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
And they didn't even use an actor.
I haven't seen any actual evidence of, other non-Europeans in Europe.
Yeah,
during the Viking Age or the Middle Ages.
Though the character has regularly been put forth by the series cast and crew as an entirely fictional character, given both the character's name and role in the story, it's clear that Henderson's Jarl Haakon was based on a real-world Norse ruler of the same name. Born Haakon Sigurdsson in roughly 937, Jarl Haakon, Jarl being the Norse cultural equivalent of a king in Trøndelag and Hålogaland coastal regions of Norway between 961 and 995, following the murder of his father by his rival, King Harald.
All those names: Haakon, Sigurdsson, Tregigon, and King Harald.
Yeah. Which is funny because the term Bluetooth is actually taken from the Viking king Harald the Bluetooth.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
During his time in charge,
Harald Bluetooth. Sorry, go ahead.
Haakon.
Sorry.
I love you. During his time in charge, Haakon not only oversaw a number of military campaigns against his European neighbors, as most Viking leaders did, but also stood fast as one of the last pagan rulers of Norway.
I was right.
Yes.
Yeah, doing what he could to prevent the spread of Christianity and reinforce the worship of the Norse gods, even after being forcefully baptized in 975.
See, I was right again. My history was correct. Yeah, because he started bringing back, they brought back some sacrifices. They went to, I always forget their holy place.
I want to say it was Harald Bluetooth was the first Viking to become. He was the first Christian Viking king.
Right. Well, they had before, except he was forced, and it was why I remembered it.
Yeah. Well, but Harald was responsible for going and spreading Christianity throughout the Viking world.
Explaining his decision to race and gender swap the real-world historical figure, series creator Jeb Stewart told Decider.
Too fun. Jeb Stewart's the guy's name who's race swapping.
Wow. Wow. Let's take a Confederate general's name. Yeah, that dude's not trying to make up for anything.
Not in the least.
I would say the South is not rising again around here on this show.
Social justice. It's like my name is General Lee, Robert E. Lee, and I race swapped. I mean, it's like it actually is sick. It shows how racist these people actually are. I wonder if he has a Confederate flag in his home.
My God, I got to get these. These are hilarious. MrTickleTrunk for another $2 oppression dollars. Vikings were notorious racist.
Yeah, they kind of were.
For another 2 oppression dollars, the Viking Queen Shaka Khan.
It is.
Wow, bro.
Oh God, has anyone not seen ABBA?
Oh,
You mean the band?
Yeah, they're kind of not diverse.
oh
No.
yeah,
No,
not at all.
no, they're not. They're very white.
No, they are glazed donuts through and through. Anyway,
Blonde glazed donuts.
there you go. Jeb Stewart of Decider Jeb Stewart told Decider.
I just can't stop laughing at them. It's just funny. This guy is actually, I mean, whoever wrote
What's
it.
the way for me to not sound racist? We'll make a black female Viking.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it.
Oh, that's rich. That is just rich.
Chat's on
Now
fire.
I'm gonna play this banjo here while we wait for the sheriff to get near.
Unbelievable.
It'd be funny if they were filming this in Hazard County, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
it
could
would.
watch the General Lee go by.
Sorry, culture.
Well, them Vikings, we don't know what's going to happen, but I sure like they're in a big happy trouble.
Yeah,
I am enjoying every minute of this, and so is the chat. So we're good.
we just need boss.
What,
hog
George
around.
dying laughing at the
Yes.
fact that one of the most notorious Confederate generals during the Civil War is the one race swapping things in a Viking lily white super mayonnaise. Anything, just, yes, this is insane.
I'm
This
like,
isn't real.
did I just walk into the Twilight Zone? Because this is odd.
At least
yeah.
the Twilight Zone was in black and white.
Yeah,
It made a lot more sense than reality did. Or our reality, I should say.
Jeb Stewart. Oh,
oh, we got a bot.
I got it.
We've had a few.
oh, another one?
Yeah, there was one earlier.
Another, okay.
No, I
Jeb
mean, yeah, it was previously. Go ahead. Sorry.
Every time.
What are
Jeb
you saying?
Stewart.
Sorry. Maybe.
You guys.
I don't know. You know.
Jeb Stewart of Decider. Or Jeb.
You can't say
might
it
as
with
well
a straight
be.
face. You just can't say it with a straight face.
Jeb Stewart told Decider.
I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research on the Vikings, and I certainly wasn't about to put.
Wait. I should do a Southern accent. Well,
Yeah.
I certainly. Wait, that's not quite right.
No, I was going to say that sounds more like the Duke than anything else.
I know. I was going full John Wayne there. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Man, I need a. Oh, wait. Sweet Tay. All right. I did a lot of research on the Vikings, and I certainly wasn't about to put a person of color into a role that the actor would spend all the time saying, I don't know why I'm here.
But I did it anyway because apparently I'm inbred. I'm
Just
in
because
bed
I married my
with
sister
bread.
doesn't mean I can't make movies.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, is we do not know that the Vikings spent a good bit amount of time of my story going through the Mediterranean, and they spent a lot of time in Egypt with Buddy Boy and Billy Bob. He continued. But they also found as they went into different cultures that they didn't dominate. They didn't conquer. What they did was they assimilated and they brought people in.
Right.
You know who's buried in Grant's tomb? Damn Yankee.
Unbelievable. Oh, is this? Oh, so they race swapped and turned it into I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. 5 will
Race
get you
and gender
10.
swap.
She's also a lesbian.
Probably.
Oh, you're probably not wrong.
No, because they did that in the last Vikings, and I was like, where did that fucking come
Yeah,
from?
they did that to Lagatha.
Yeah. For this particular time, we know for a fact that there were people of color who had come up with the Vikings around the Iberian Peninsula. Stewart then
Usually
claimed,
dead.
likely referring to the recent attempts in academia to over-emphasize the diversity of ancient cultures based on modern cultural readings of vague texts.
Yes.
There were Vikings who ended up in Ireland, who were from North Africa. There were sub-Saharan Vikings who had come up in
Sub-Saharan Vikings. There's no such thing as sub-Saharan Vikings.
Of course, there were there.
The other thing too, this is a large disservice that the TV show Vikings did is that there were shield maidens. There is proof of this.
Yes, I know,
but
shield
they
maidens
were not as prevalent as they were in that TV show.
Right. They were rare. That's why they were mentioned in the.
Yeah.
What's the name for their sagas? There's a.
I was gonna say the epics.
It's an epic, but there's a word that's from Norway, but it's become commonplace, like you say, Kleenex. There's a word for saga. I'll think of it. Sub-Saharan Vikings.
Yeah, they were there.
I've of all the world history I've taken, I've never heard of sub-Saharan African Vikings. I never heard of that.
Nope.
There were sub-Saharan Vikings who had come up and had married Vikings or had been brought into it.
There were Mandalorian Vikings. This is the way. Yeah.
This is the gay.
Yeah. Hey, and okay, so that it's a good possibility that they probably could have taken people from those areas, but I'm pretty sure it'd be few and far between.
Yeah, they could have taken them. They went through those areas in the Mediterranean, but they wouldn't have assimilated.
No.
You had to be exceptional for them to exceptional.
I don't know where they get the idea of them doing assimilation. They did a lot of fucking conquering is what they did.
Yeah, it's not assimilation. It's kicking your ass and taking you slaves.
Yeah.
Basically.
Vikings were raiders.
Alexander the Great actually did assimilation, and there is actual proof of that.
Yes, he did. Because
Vikings were raiders.
Yes.
Yeah, they were raiders. Exactly.
So they didn't go anywhere and kind of stay.
Except for when they went to Russia.
Yeah.
Well, they liked it. It was not as cold.
They drink, they rob, they pillage.
Yep,
the most illest people, I got that feeling I am most ill, and I'm rhyming and killing.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was Beastie Boys. Sorry.
Yes, it was.
A long time ago.
I'm done with that part of the Southern accent, fellas.
Okay. Oh, do I need to scroll down?
Si, senor.
Okay. We got distracted by conversation. Sorry.
On a live stream where we're supposed to have conversations?
Yes, I know.
Was Jarl Haakon based on a particular person? He concluded. No, but it was based on an amalgamation of lots of interesting stories. This rhetoric was also put forth by...
I'm sorry, that is stupid.
Yes.
Wow.
To be sure. This rhetoric was also put forth by Henderson herself, who, in response to being asked by Netflix, I can't do a female voice, what would you say to those who say a black woman can't be a Viking queen? Asserted, I would say that you should do your research, because even though Jarl Haakon is a fictional character, but most likely there have been people of color.
Might. What is this with this might have been?
Okay, so there might have been people, white people that ruled African tribes.
Yeah.
They came in and became Africans and took over tribes. I mean, it's like, come on.
You know what? Actually, I have to tell you right now, there was this gold encrusted.
Being. Spencer's telling us to keep going. It gets better.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Let me scroll down. It's so fucking stupid.
Do you want me to read like a chick? I don't know if I can do that.
No, just be you.
Okay. Yeah, just read it.
We know that through DNA and research, she said. We know for a fact that they mixed and traveled all over the place. Well, they did hump a lot of things. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But much more than that, we knew 100 years ago. What?
We knew more than that. We know more than
okay. Now we actually know through science that that Vikings were really travelers. And of course, they mixed cultures and babies and knowledge and foods and slaves. And yes, of course, they were mixed. No.
What?
Go look at Sweden and Norway.
Yeah, I beg to differ. I would say go check out those places where they're from. It's pretty fucking white.
Iceland.
Iceland is studied all the time because, if I'm correct, it's still one of the places that has almost.
And if that actually did happen, obviously those genetics would have been obliterated over time.
Right. Well, I mean, the genetics of the Norse people and the genetics that you have inside of Iceland, they are genetically pure.
Yeah, that's it.
And by purity doesn't mean that all Aryan race or whatever. It means that
they haven't mixed.
Right.
Like
they haven't mixed with a lot of stuff.
There wasn't a whole lot of genetic drift, is what you're getting at.
Exactly. That's what I was
perfectly. It's basically, if I'm correct, when being in medical, you always get the lab people who come in and say, hey, try this, try this. They've always told us that a lot of the pharmaceutical companies and research laboratories do studies in Iceland because it's a good, not a base. Like when you're doing,
it's homogenous.
It's a control group.
Yeah,
it's a good control
group. Very, very homogenous, I think, is what you're getting at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But genetic drift
it's like
was
the same thing with the Chinese. The Chinese are very homogenous as well.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But genetic drift was the porno version of Tokyo drift from there. So it just involved different things. They don't know. They're just not all winners, folks.
Yeah.
Henderson further asserted there were not this little isolated colony up north. There might have been a black Jarl Haakon or a Russian Jarl Haakon.
Oh my God. Stop. Okay. That shows you how stupid this person is because the Russians were Vikings. They were called the Rus. That's where the word Russia or Russians came from. And basically the Rus went and colonized Russia.
Yep. I wonder if this person.
So no, there would not be Russian Vikings because the Vikings that were there became Russians.
I wonder if Jeb just watched some of the shows and he fell asleep and woke up and he's like, hey, I see an Asian woman here. Well, I can do this then, Oh, they're in Russia. Shit, I missed the part. I don't think he actually knows anything about the stories.
Boosh is hilarious. Blackbeard must have been black because his name is because it's in his name. Yeah, pretty much.
There might have been a black Jarl Haakon or a Russian Jarl Haakon or somebody from Asia or Native American, most likely.
That
did he just say what I think he said? That's not
stupid.
I'm right. This fucking guy.
This is the actress.
The actress is a moron, number one, and she's not an actress. They said she's a pop singer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that right there.
She's a pop jazz singer.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like trying to listen to AOC explain string theory.
Yes.
It's just this is awful.
Oh no!
Let's put it this way, okay? And I'm going to preface this by saying it's not plausible, but it's more plausible that you had an Asian Jarl than a Native American one.
It's true.
Unless they're thinking Leif Erikson brought some.
Well, no, man, Genghis Khan banged his way all over the place. So but anyway,
yeah, he did.
Khan, I like that. That's good.
If you want to know,
trying to understand how.
Wait. Okay. Viking begins with a V.
No.
Valhalla begins with a V.
Yeah.
Vagina begins with a V. All right. You see?
I'm following along.
It's third degree of vagina here.
At least.
All right.
What would you do? What would your professor do if you had brought a paper like this? You said this is possible. Comics.
I think I would have been failed.
Okay. See,
not now.
Now I'd probably get a fucking
A+.
No, I'd be handed a master's degree.
Wow.
The bullshit is strong with you.
That's what they would be doing.
Oh, by the way, great insight into the seal clapping, folks. If you want to talk about that later, but I'll finish this up.
I thought G4 was finished.
Yes, they are. Well, I mean, they're on their way out very quickly.
It only took one loudmouth who says, "If you don't like me, don't watch me." It's funny how that
that
works.
the fucking what's his name? The bald guy.
Sessler.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
He didn't help.
Oh.
If you want to know about stuff, what really happened, there's so much research. Yeah, that's what I said. And interesting stuff that you can dig into. That is nothing of anything that what you said, lady, you crazy human being. Look at the genetics.
Yeah.
What do you make of Jarl Haakon's race and gender swap? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below.
Well, Spencer, I think it's a bunch of horseshit.
Who wrote this? Because I like who wrote it.
Spencer Baculi.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hello, Spencer.
Yeah, this was in a bundling unto phallus.
Oh,
yeah. Bungling into phallus.
Yeah. Wait till I do my video.
Bungling into phallus. Yeah.
There's Spencer.
Kabuto Studios is Spencer.
Yeah.
Great job. I like it. I like what you wrote. I don't like what they did.
You know what? They have lots of talent over there, John and Spencer and everybody over there. Very good. And I, Spencer is my sponsor for getting into shows I shouldn't be on. So that's what happened yesterday.
Spencer's OnlyFans is geisha girls are easy.
Is it really? Oh no, it probably is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He's a thought bot.
Mr. TickleTrunk for $2 oppression dollars. Gender race swapped by white mayonnaise.
Hey, I come from a long line of McMayonnaises, and we spread thin.
Fat Steven Seagal for another $2 oppression dollars. The swap zone brought to you by Black Beethoven. Is it bad that I want to read it as Beethoven?
I can't believe you said Beethoven was black. I mean, that's why you just say Alexander the Great was black too. Let's just go all the way.
Yeah. Salty Texas Sea for $1.99. No, Vikings were Africans. Valhalla told me.
Hey. And I thought I heard it all today when CW race swapped Kelly.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that last night.
Hallie Kelly. Where were y'all talking about this?
On Bounding the Comics.
The Black Pill stream. If you pop in on a Wednesday, dude, those are freaking bananas, man.
Where is that? Is that
on Bounding into
Comics?
Well, only when like comics and culture on there. The rest of the time, it's just John trying not to swear.
Well, y'all gotta send me a link.
Dude, you would be loved there, my friend.
Oh, yeah, they would flip for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Decidius for $9.99. This Vikings mess just sounded like when Ibram X. Kendi or one of his ilk tried to claim that Ireland is stolen land because they stole it from a race of black pygmies. Wish I was joking.
There was a debate 4 years ago in Oxford, in Oxford, in one of the universities at not Ely, at St. Stephen's, and there was a gentleman there who was arguing that everyone in the UK should come in and immigrate, the people who are born there, because it actually belonged originally. You were talking like before the Druids, before the Picts, before the Thawns, comics. Who was before the Druids and the Picts? There's another. There was one other before, like the original.
Yeah, I'm not recalling it.
Well, they're basically saying before all of them, actually, there were African natives who founded.
Oh, it's
the
not.
UK.
For the friggin'.
Well,
I'm like, really?
I think that was Ibram X. Kendi that might have said that. I don't know. Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me when I read that. Because, Oxford will do those debates where they have them open.
That's one thing I kind of wonder if maybe it came from one of those, debate thought experiments where somebody just makes up something really crazy and you got to defend it.
It didn't.
And then somebody takes it as truth because we live in a post-truth world now.
Comics division is actually 6'3". Discuss amongst yourselves.
All right, MrTickleTrunk for another $2 oppression dollars. Might perhaps maybe what if Black Vikings tarred?
Why are you muted?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, well, no, because I oftentimes.
Why are you still muted?
I'm not muted.
Oh, okay.
Because oftentimes I will make noise.
Are you sure you're not muted?
Well, he is talking and we can hear him.
I can't hear him.
George.
Okay.
Don't get Grizzly Adams mad, man. I've seen him in the dark, and he looks like he's gonna steal your purse. He does. Jeez.
And
Though, why do you think
maybe cause Tox to slip him a few ones in his G-string?
why do you think that I like to make horror films?
Horror films? Do you like horror films?
No,
horror.
I am not hearing. I can say horror.
I knew you made porn films on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I give
well,
up.
I mean, he's talking about making this film, but I mean, I don't know if the boss is going to allow him to spend that much money on mattresses.
Oh
my God, this is great. Salty Texas Heat for $1.99. Waiting for the Stephen Hawking story starring RuPaul. I think I'd actually watch that.
RuPaul is awesome.
Oh,
what?
It was a joke.
It was a joke. Oh, you gotta laugh at it, man. Come on. I mean,
it's crazy.
We fucking live in clown world right now.
And that's what I can't think of another word, so might as well. Clown
Okay,
world.
okay. I have a clip for insane moments like this.
That's pretty good.
Did that say Prince of Zimbabwe on the bottom right?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did. Yeah. A toxic man flu for $5. I hear that science declared the original Viking king was Clayton Bigsby.
Obscure references.
Oh, I got it.
Mm-hmm. Why power?
Yeah, that was a
Dave Chappelle skit. One of the funniest ones.
By the way, okay, go ahead.
Dave Chappelle's funny. Someone's got Evelyn Sullivan. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. You know, Zulu warriors were mostly Pakistani.
It's probably true.
Yeah, I believe it. And they were probably also Aztec as well. Bruce Lambardo of Dick's Division for $2. Coming soon, Culture Casino film starring Shaq.
Oh, I would love that though. By the way, because at least I could dunk. That'd be great.
Did you hear about?
I haven't been able to dunk a basketball since I was 24. So
why?
I lost my hops, man. As you know, my knees got real bad.
I feel.
Plus, they realized that his goal was only 6 foot tall, so they had to move it up to the regulation 10.
No, actually, I was my little 5'9" body was dunking on a 10-foot hoop, dude.
How, with a step ladder?
No.
Culture Muggsy Bogues.
No, I was crushing volleyballs too, man. That was my game. I played a lot of two-man sand.
Between his thighs. MrTickleTrunk for $2 oppression dollars. Vikings have huge hogs. Maybe why there's confusion.
Did y'all hear about Juicy Smollett?
Yeah, we were making jokes about it earlier.
Yeah, I will.
Tom was, huh?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's 150 days of slave.
Yeah. 50 days of incarceration. Oh, I accidentally tapped it. Fat Steve Seagal for $2 oppression dollars. Culture is still practicing dunking with Fisher Price.
I am telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Tell you what, when you meet me in person, and
you'll see how short he is.
I'm usually with the boss. She will tell you I used to dunk basketballs on a 10-foot hoop, and I was a beast on the volleyball court.
I'd say he's dunking some kind of balls.
Wait, are you talking the Atari volleyball?
Oh my God!
I'm just making sure. Just checking facts. Because they had a little volleyball game.
They did.
Just making in television. Commodore 64.
Zan Zoltan for 50. What do you say this was? Yeah, I know there were pesos. 50 pesos. George Washington by Netflix, portrayed by Michael B. Jordan with Chris Tucker as
Martha.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
But Benedict Arnold, still a white guy.
Benedict Arnold Cumberbatch.
I sold the flag.
That's Betsy Ross. Talks of Man Flu for $5. White Man Can Jump, starring Young Culture Shack Casino.
That'd be a good one. Did y'all hear Sam Elliott take apart The Power of the Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I still need to read that article that Bounding did.
Sam Elliott, yeah.
He was just Sam Elliott. The guy asked him, like, hey, what do you think of The Power of the Dog? And his first response is, you want me to talk about that fucking shit? I mean, it was just...
You want me to talk about that fucking shit? That's probably what it sounded like.
Pretty much, because he started...
So the Invisalign is great for mumbling, so... MrTickleTrunk for another 2 Canadian impression dollars. I guarantee this started as a Babylon Bee article. Dude. I tell you, man, there's a lot of things out there that I thought at some point in time were a Babylon Bee article because they're just that fucking stupid.
Look, here's what happened, right? The CERN Super Collider had something go terribly wrong.
Yeah, we're in another dimension.
We're completely in another location.
Yeah. It made a black hole. We were sucked through. We're actually all dead, and it's like the ending to Lost. We just don't know it yet, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you get for letting hippies take over your public school system. This is where we are because of that.
So when we finally do get them back, we will have to make a law. No hippies allowed to teach.
I will take one for the team. I will go back to the 60s, and I will spray them all down. So
just miss my parents because I turned out pretty well. So.
Fortunately, my parents weren't hippies. My parents are from the lost generation. So
hippies.
That makes me feel better that, the fact that I'm not related to boomers. Anyway,
I am a boomer.
Bruce Lombardo of Dix Division for $5. Dix Division meetup, shirtless casino, slapping rumps and high fives. I can't wait for the memes of John Lithgow's face on Culture's body.
Oh, that was funny.
We are taking secret bets behind the scenes on the color and shape of your nipples for when you go shirtless at 10K.
Me?
Yeah.
Why, you want me to give you a little piece of candy for that?
No.
No. I'll take care of the prize. So.
Okay.
It's some dark shaded glasses that you can't see. So when the event happens, you can save yourself.
Come on, man.
For no particular reason, guys. Just threw that out there. All right.
Boosh is leaving. Bye, Boosh.
Bye.
There's Boosh. Take care. This is the last article of the evening. Hopefully we can get through it pretty fast. So this is from The Wire.
The Wire. What, George, you want to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Because I'm working on it. Lord of the Rings debunking the backlash against non-white actors in new TV adaptation.
Well, we have to put it in their terms because they always say like a white lash. So this would be a black lash.
A black lash. Funny enough, it actually has nothing to do about color. It's the very fact that they're taking characters that they created that do not exist in canon, because see, canon means everything in the world. Why this is so difficult for these people to understand. Okay, the diverse casting, which includes non-white actors playing an elf and a female dwarf, has caused uproar in certain quarters of Tolkien fandom.
You mean like all of it?
Because they like it to be. I mean, they gave Peter Jackson shit because of the fact that he changed aspects of it. And he even explained it. He goes, guys, unfortunately, it's a fucking movie. And my goal is to maintain the heart and spirit of the story. But you have studio behind you going, we need more action, beef it up. But he laid it out. He respected people. He went through all of the Tolkien scholars. I mean, the ones who are like, you got to do this. He went and talked with Christopher Tolkien. I mean, the guy respected the work. He even said in that video I used in one of my videos, he's like, the first thing we said was, we are not going to inject any of our own shit into it.
I miss those days. I really do.
J.R.R. Tolkien's much-loved fantasy, The Lord of the Rings, is a work of epic scale, portraying races of imaginary beings in the medieval-esque setting of Middle-earth, culminating in a battle of good against evil. Peter Jackson's film adaptations in the early 2000s established the iconography and aesthetics that many fans grew up with and consider almost sacred. Now, Amazon's new piece of shit of Tolkien's world is coming to our screens in September. The Rings of Power. I do not want to call it The Lord of the Rings. The Rings of Power. Recent reports and the newly released trailer have revealed more details about the complete waste of time, ramping up the anticipation. But it is the diverse casting. No, that's a lie. It is the creating characters that did not exist in canon. I'm just correcting the article, which include non-white actors playing an elf and a female dwarf, which has caused uproar in certain quarters of Tolkien. No, it's also the human character they created, which did not exist. The love affair that they created, which did not exist.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that people are criticizing, and the fact that we have descriptions of what these people look like,
right? We do,
and we also know that that Tolkien did include people in his world that were more melanated.
Yes, the Easterlings.
The Easterlings. So,
and he also,
I mean, he took this shit into consideration, and ultimately, what people are pissed about is that they are fixing Tolkien's work.
Yeah. You know what? There is a lot, because I just finished my video that comes out tomorrow, and there's a perfect quote from Tolkien. He actually not only talks about adaptations, but what he states is that when you're going to, he knew that in the future someone was going to adapt his work. It was inevitable. He had sold the rights because they had to pay inheritance taxes, and he wanted people to understand. He goes, basically, you do not bring the real world into this world. It is a construct that I have created in a fantasy setting. He goes, if you want to make any changes, you make them within the structure itself. You don't.
Yep.
So
I want to bring this up real quick because he says, but Peter Jackson changed the Hobbit films into something different with new characters and such. Yeah, and he was also criticized for it.
Heavily.
And everyone said the romance didn't work between the dwarf and the elf.
Yep. Because of the fact OneRing.net at one time was legitimate. They slayed him up and down the block when he beefed up in the Lord of the Rings, the love affair between Aragorn and Arwen. That's barely mentioned. It's like a sideline. But when he created that whole thing, OneRing.net would go insane. But now that I think there's something going on between them and Amazon, they're like, no, you can do whatever you want. And the language that they use is we need to update outdated tropes. That's one of the quote unquote experts that Vanity Fair talked to. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
it's just an excuse to change things. These tropes are outdated. We have to go fix them. It goes back to fixing things, right? That's what they're trying to do.
Right. They just wanted to bait this kind of reaction. Look at that image. All right, that image that's at the top of this article that's of this dwarf queen. Everything about that was engineered to rile up everyone who cares about the lore of the Lord of the Rings. They did it on purpose.
Okay, so this is the downside to YouTube and being a YouTuber is that when they do something that generates outrage, they know we're going to talk about it. So it goes back to the old saying, no publicity is bad publicity.
Right, except the fact that they didn't, and they thought this was like Marvel, Star Wars fans. Tolkien fans consider, I will say 40% of them consider it almost like a religion. Not cultist mentality, but it is a sacred mythology that they respect. They're devoted
I see what you're talking about.
It's Star Wars. You dress up, you go to cons. You don't sit there and learn languages and then study them and get.
Some people do. They learn Klingon, but I get your point.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the backlash. I think even when you read the articles, they're like they never expected this. It's like it doesn't stop, and it's not from a small group. It's around the world. Why? Because Tolkien created a world that's embraced by everyone. It's not. They can't classify it like, oh, it's the white guys. No, it's Chinese, it's African, it's from.
The fact that they continue to point out that this book has been translated into like many
Almost as
different
many-
languages.
almost
It
as many as
speaks
the
to the
Bible.
drawing power of Tolkien and his work, and the fact that you don't need to fucking adapt it because you already have a diverse group of fans.
It's at one point still today, it is the #1 best-selling novel in history. There have been points in time, various points, where it has outpaced Christianity, outpaced the Quran. Both, but for small periods, that just shows you its power. It's not something like Star Wars where you go, it comes in waves and goes. So you don't have Star Wars. I don't know if you have Star Wars in every language in the world.
It was a calculation to do this. And I think you're right, George. The response that they got was not what they expected. I think there were some shill sites out there that they expected to fall in line who didn't.
Yeah.
Well, and the OneRing.net, they basically sold their souls for a piece of access.
They've been over.
Yeah,
they've been over for Amazon and took it.
Yeah,
Big
they
time.
basically said,
but you know what's going to happen.
We will bend to your will if you provide us access.
So
And
what's
that's
going to
exactly
happen
what
is the OneRing.net in about 1.5 years, 2 years is going to be nothing.
Yeah, so
they're going to be a shell of what they formerly were.
Yep.
Because the one thing that the fans can't stand is if you sell out.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's it. So you
You're
can
a fucking sellout.
You can have to go to rehab multiple times. You can do all this other stuff. You can, yell and scream, do whatever. But if you sell out your character and who you are, you play this stuff when you're beloved by the fans, they won't bring you back.
Right. Not at all.
Yeah. So,
and I think that's why I don't know. When I did my research on those super fans, y'all remember those super fan videos that they are? Okay. Well, the super fans are supposed to come back for the second trailer and do another round.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
supposed to do that whole shit again. But I'm wondering if it's going to be, because it's supposed to be the same people. Like you go through all the trailers and then we'll bring you back for the show for the first episode. And what I'm wondering is because they delisted all of them, if the backlash was so huge, are they going to change tactics? Because the only thing I'm starting to see now is there's a common thread. A lot of articles are starting to say, and I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but they're starting to say, and this is what my video is about tomorrow, Tolkien is a racist. We're not besmirching him, but we think that he dabbled in some racism without knowing it. They're trying
they've been calling him a racist for years. So, I mean,
but you never had people connected to the.
No. These are basically people that criticize fantasy. These are the same people that basically say orcs are racist. They're the same people that call him, Tolkien racist.
Yeah, but back during that time, and in the 1880s and the early 1900s, the science, quote unquote science, right, said that people of color were not the top of the evolutionary chain.
Yeah,
right.
And
so
again, that science was very much racist, and
that science was racist. That science was wrong and disproven, but it was the academia narrative of the day.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to go back and you have to look at these things through the lens of history, but you look at what happened around them, what caused this to happen, what were their influences. And
the other thing too that a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of these people that we consider racist today were probably pretty fucking progressive for their time.
Yes, they were probably very kind, wonderful people, and it's just accepted facts.
Yeah.
At that time, which we now know are wrong. It's like they're back in the day. They used to. Somebody mentioned Blackbeard. Blackbeard died of syphilis, and they treated syphilis with injections of mercury into your testicles. All right. No, you don't do that shit. Okay. But they thought so back then and all that stuff. We grow, we learn as a people. And you look at that lens of history, you have to look at that lens through a sense of forgiveness and understanding of their ignorance at that time. And 50 years from now, people are going to look back at us and wonder what the fuck we were thinking.
Yeah.
Well, of course they
bunch
are.
of idiots.
Well, only if they're looking at these streams when I'm
provided we haven't killed ourselves at this point, right? I mean,
okay. Now I am no, it's okay. Recent reports in the newly released trailer. I think someone was asking that I had I don't know if it was me or someone else. They were saying that do I have an Amazon account with gifts? That's a 6-year-old account. So I was like, if they were asking about me, I'm trying to get my book removed from there. I'm in an argument with my publisher right now. I've sent them a letter from my attorney.
You're trying to get it pulled off of Amazon?
I am. I wanted it removed. I've sent 3 letters. I don't want it there. I don't want that. I don't want to support them. But I didn't know that my gift list was still on there, so I have to go remove that. I haven't used it in years. Okay. But it is the diverse casting, which includes non-white actors playing an elf and a female dwarf, which has caused uproar in certain quarters of Tolkien fandom. Some fans argue that Tolkien never described bullshit. It's in the end of the appendix of Lord of the Rings, I believe. He actually describes elves. Again, I put it in the video. He's, fair-haired, this, that, dark-haired, unless you're in the house of Finrod. I think Finrod. Tolkien never described elves, dwarves, or hobbits as anything but white and claimed that the casting is disrespectful to his books. But this argument is flawed in 2 ways. First, these are imagined. Why do they keep using that argument? Imaginary.
Well, here's the thing: we can use that exact same argument against them. But yes, they always go with these are imaginary characters. Why are you so upset about them being changed?
I don't. It's canon. That's the whole point. But it's within the world.
Well, yeah, it's the erasing of meaning, right? Yeah. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter because it's not real.
Well, then we should start. Like I said, we really have to start destroying everything, that they would hold dear.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's. I brought this up years ago when Princess Weeks from the Mary Sue got all pissed off that they were going to race swap Buffy from Buffy and the Vampire Slayer with the reboot. And it was so fucking funny. I was laughing my ass off. It's like, you are the same people that called us racist for having an issue with Captain America being race swapped. Now you have a problem with your character being vandalized, but you're not racist, right? Because you're on the right side of history. But the fact that these people don't understand this shit until the things they care about start being vandalized. But that's always the argument. It's an imaginary character. So what? Yeah, you're right. It's an imaginary character. So why do you have to change it? It's the same reason why they're fucking changing historical characters too. It's not characters.
I can guarantee you, if Buffy was a ginger Irish male, the show would not be the same.
Well, like I said, they already tried race swapping the character.
Yeah, but I truly think anything with RuPaul works. So
maybe we should do a RuPaul, but it's a straight guy who shows off. I don't know.
I think I've got an application that will allow me to put Culture Casino's face onto a drag race show.
Oh, the one that GrantGregory uses. Get that one when he changes the crazy.
Oh my God, Sporking, why are you awake? It's like what?
Scott,
almost 1:30 for you.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Scott is the baby woke him up. He's feeding the baby.
Gotcha.
I hope not feeding the baby from
from a bottle.
Oh, actually feeding the baby. Got it.
No, he's not Buddha. He's not Buddha gagging the baby.
Buddha gagging. Yeah. All right.
First, these are imaginary creatures which are not always clearly described in the. Yes, they are. Okay, in the original books, Tolkien was more interested in metaphysical than biological questions. He was interested in metaphysical, and biological. He was talking about immortality, death. Still, there is some evidence of dark-skinned elves and hobbits in drafts of the Silmarillion and the prologue of the Lord of the Rings. No, they were dark. See, they use.
Where's the passages? Where is the passages they want to quote?
He uses a term which he refers to by the color of their hair, but he talks about it later. It's kind of like when you do the Bible. What did this word mean? It's talking about they were in the sun.
Well, okay, let me ask you a question. You know what Black Irish is?
I've heard the term, but I've never actually had it defined.
Yeah, well, I can tell you Black Irish aren't black people.
Right. I figured. I just didn't know where it came from.
Yeah. Typically it means I believe it means because they have dark to black hair.
Okay. Well, it was the same thing. Tolkien would refer to some of the hobbits because they would stay out in the sun. And he was talking about their skin as in regards to the sun, because he would compare it to the leather of their vests. Anyway, second, see this is,
and here comes Scotty.
I put the child to my bosom.
I see. That's what Culture was saying. I see. I
have a mandala chest. What do they call them? I'm a breastfeeder.
Yeah,
I'm
chest feeder. Yeah,
chest feeder.
Oh, okay,
I'm a
so
chest feeder.
Black Irish means people with black hair and dark eyes. That's what Black Irish is.
Some people say
because
Black
they had
Irish.
Italians, they called them Black Italians too.
Well, some people said Black Irish was because there's like this thing that goes back to a Spanish Armada. One of the ships crashed on the shores of Ireland and
Portuguese.
Well, okay, so it actually continues on here. It says one theory is that they are descendant of Spanish traders who are traders or of the few sailors of the Spanish Armada who were shipwrecked on Ireland. West Coast, but there is little evidence of this.
And can I say, Irish people take offense when you bring that up. I tell a guy at work all the time that he really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at here. So what they're doing right now is, hey, Scott.
Hi, buddy.
Are you up?
I'm here just for a couple minutes. I'm getting up in about 2 hours, so I should probably go to sleep.
That's where we're like, why the fuck are you awake, dude?
I saw you guys streaming, and I love you people.
Scott actually represents a huge group. He's bald Irish.
Well, I am not Irish. I am bald chest feeding, half Italian Welsh guy.
Oh, all right.
I need to.
I don't know that Boston accent. I just don't know how to figure it out.
It's not Boston, dude. I have more of a New York accent than Boston. Come on, people.
Where are you from? I thought you were from.
I'm from CT.
New Jersey.
No, Jersey. That's the armpit of America. I'm from Connecticut.
I thought you sounded like you were from Jersey.
I'm close. I grew up close to New York. Now I grew up closer to Boston, so it confuses me.
Hey, kid. I think you're lying to us, kid. Yeah.
What? I grew up
from. You're not from Connecticut.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Really?
Yes, I am.
I think you're from Jersey.
No, Jersey is
not Jersey.
If you've ever been to Jersey City, you would agree with that statement. It really is.
That's a slap in the face to anyone not from Jersey.
Scott, can you say wicked good?
No, I never use the word wicked because that just sounds dumb.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
do you ever park the car in the car park?
No, I park the car. Not car.
You don't say park the car in the
No,
yard.
see, I say I say coffee instead of coffee or other people. Like I'm a mall. We're going to the mall.
You win it?
Yeah, that's definitely New Jersey. That coffee.
I've been to New Jersey. I like New Jersey.
Okay, first of all,
Mr. TickleTrunk says Connecticut is America's crotch.
I'm above the armpit. We're more of the nape.
The nape.
Connecticut's really nice above Highway 95.
Jersey.
Yeah, I grew up right on 95, so
I
it's a
just
piece of shit.
insulted Rob. Hey, I'm from Jersey City.
Case in point, Rob.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah, there was a period of about 8 years that Scott and I may have lived in the same state, close to each other, and didn't know it.
We need to talk about that later.
I thought you shared the same bedroom. That's the way Scott told me.
Occasionally I like to get freaky with it. Shut up.
No.
See, what Wire's doing now, right, is they're using the same argument, and this is why, from Mariana Rios Maldonado. She's like a PhD candidate from the University of Glasgow. She's laid this out, and I knew Amazon and all this.
Stupid.
She's stupid as hell.
She is so stupid.
So they go here. Adaptations are original cultural products that can imitate, question, rewrite, or interpret those. That's her quote. Source material in various ways. Each adaptation is a new text, and each is an opportunity to update outdated and unacceptable tropes. That's her. So Tolkien, in letter 131, towards the end of it, he stated specifically, for reasons which I will not elaborate, that seems to me fatal. Myth and fairy story must, as all art, reflect and contain in solution elements of moral and religious truth or error, but not explicit, not ever in the known form of the primary real world. He goes on, you do not change a fantasy story based on the world outside of it. It is inside of it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to update
Which is
it.
funny because this is, that contradicts everything that she's saying right here.
Yeah.
And find ways to represent and normalize non-white characters.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you can fucking do that. Okay, Paizo's doing that and their shit. Okay, but that's Paizo. That's their world. They can do with it as they
whatever
wish.
want.
Yeah.
If he
This
were
is
alive and he
Tolkien.
said, "Cool, I'll do it," that's his world. He can do whatever the hell he wants. But that's not what he created. That was the whole reason. Otherwise, it's no longer his. That's why I say Amazon is creating fan fiction, and these people, I don't know how they're going to stand up long after it because they're lying so hard to push an agenda that it just doesn't hold together.
Yeah.
And I know what's going to happen next. Yeah, it's Linda Hutchin. As adaptation theory scholar, Linda Hutchin has shown adaptations offer the pleasure of repetition with variation. For example, she's going to use the movie that was just made. In 2005, the Nigerian-British actor David Oyelowo was cast as Prometheus in the tragedy Prometheus Bound. And she's basically saying, did that change anything about it? You know, this version, actually, she'll talk about slavery. I bet you anything that it brought the subcontext of slavery. This version of the play presented audiences with a black Prometheus in chains, bringing to mind images of slavery. They're using there's 3 experts they're using, and they're doing this like circular logic crap where they're going,
but circle jerk.
But what the problem is with this, and don't, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but Prometheus, yes, it's about a Greek tragedy, and I understand that. I think Tolkien has way more devoted fans in this era than that did. So to change a Greek tragedy is a little bit different than changing something that was just written 100 years ago that people still are adamant about keeping canon true. We did get a little upset, that you changed one of Henry VIII's wives to being black, even though she was French or English. And we were called racist for that. But then when they get upset about, America Chavez being too light skinned, these people just flip flop.
They get mad.
Yeah, they get mad. They just flip flop. The argument is what they want, and you're never going to be right.
Well,
you're
it's
never
all
going
about
to be right.
Control and power, right?
Yes.
And that's what they're trying to do here is control, again, the narrative and the argument.
Yeah.
If you race swap a character, you make a white character black, and you complain about it, you're racist. But if you have a lighter skinned Latino character like America Chavez, who is not dark skinned, it's not dark enough, and therefore, again, you're racist.
Xochitl Gomez, they destroyed a 15-year-old child. I hate the fact that I have to defend her, not her because she's a child. Defend
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they said she's not Puerto Rican. You need a Puerto Rican. I love the fact
there's this thing called acting, people. Jesus fucking Christ.
You got that wrong. See, they leave out an important part. She's a Puerto Rican, but she's supposed to be also from another dimension. So
no, they retconned all that apparently.
Oh, really? Wow, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But you know what's great is
that retcon was a retcon anyway. So
yeah, that is true.
Ian McKellen came out this week.
Yes,
you saw that. That was brilliant. Where he stated to Hollywood, you got to stop this nonsense where, like, if there's a gay character that only a gay can play them, he's like, it's acting.
Yes,
exactly. You're limiting yourself as an actor. So you're meaning a gay actor can't play a straight character now?
It's anytime.
Which McKellen has done quite a bit. I would say. So you're fucking limiting his roles in the future, which I'm sure he's not happy.
Well, that's
about.
why I'm glad he spoke up, because what you're doing is anytime, and I don't care. I'm not trying to get political or anything right now because I know that's a different show.
That's fine. No, you can't.
Okay, but like the idea of hiring someone on race, gender, sexuality instead of qualifications is wrong. I understand why people think that would be right, but it's wrong. And what you're doing is telling people not to strive to be their best.
Yeah.
And that's what we're losing out with in this country. There's kids fighting in the street in another, in a European city, but we worry about, like, did they get the gender, pronoun correct for me? Like, it's the downfall of Rome. I'm telling you, the downfall of Rome.
Yeah. And the thing is, and this is something we've always pointed out, at least I pointed out, it's like, okay, if you find something lacking, if you feel that there's an issue with not enough good black characters out there,
make new ones
that are compelling.
Absolutely.
That people will like.
I don't know why they don't.
They don't want to do that. They only find legitimacy in race swapping characters or gender swapping.
That's never made sense to me. Create a new universe, create a new body of work, create a new.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I mean, there's times where I don't fucking care. I mean, a lot of it, because like back in the day, Will Smith was cast for plenty of stuff. I Am Legend is a good example of a white character that was cast by, excuse me, he basically played. Nobody complained.
Right.
The other reason why nobody complained is this is not a character that has been ingrained into the zeitgeist, and any changes are going to cause a reaction.
Right.
The other thing too is that at that time period, he was the most top billed actor. Yes. And therefore, when something like iRobot came along, people would know that Will Smith would put butts in seats.
Yeah.
Which is the reason
and also
why
it doesn't change the canon.
It
doesn't. It does.
I mean, you're right. It really doesn't change the canon.
It doesn't affect it. That's what I really meant.
Yeah, it doesn't affect it.
And
it's the same reason why they went and race swapped Motoko Kusanagi and Ghost in the Shell by having Scarlett Johansson play, which I was very much against, by the way.
Yep.
Because I'd rather have my Japanese character be Japanese, but
me too. I didn't like that.
But they called that whitewashing. But the thing is, notice the hypocrisy here.
Yes.
When they do it to a white character, they don't call it blackwashing or brownwashing. But when they do it with a minority character and with a white character, they call it whitewashing.
Yep.
So let's start using those terms again. I mean, there's a good point in the chat. I think it was Evo Spawn. The woke can't handle being mocked. We're doing a great job here on this platform and in other places mocking this bullshit. Right? We laugh. Them.
Jim is right. Ghost in the Shell, the movie sucked, and I'm glad I didn't see it.
Yeah, what's really weird is I used to really appreciate the show. I still do. There was a show called Mad Men on AMC. You guys see that? It's pretty good.
I never watched it consistently. My wife did. I've caught episodes.
I would watch scenes where Christina Henderson's in because I
everybody.
She's fucking hot as hell in that show.
Everybody watches Christina Henderson. But anyway,
I've never seen it. I just slipped through and there she is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But it's a very good show, and Matt Weiner actually put a particular episode in place that I thought was funny as hell, because it actually points out that when you try to do these types of, allegories and race swapping to tell these allegories and stuff, it always falls flat. It sounds ridiculous. It doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And we are actually living in that moment that he was describing back in the 50s and in early 60s. And it's just like, you look at that and you go, even back then, you had this subversive element in Hollywood and in our culture, at certain levels that existed, that was trying to put pressure on inserting stuff where it didn't belong, because they are incapable of making an argument on their own. Because that's all this is. Entertainment has turned into an argument.
It's exactly what marketing is: psychological manipulation.
Yeah, and that's why we soundly and roundly reject the anti-marketing campaigns that they go out there with. We recognize them for what they are. We call them for what they are. And
exactly what they're doing with these marketing campaigns is psychological manipulation.
It is, yeah. No, every time, man, every time.
All right, George, go ahead and take it away.
You'll see her right here, what she's going to do. But as disgruntled fans might reason, if Amazon must have a diverse cast in this drama, why not stick to having actors of color playing the characters who are dark-skinned in Tolkien's text? Because there are quite a few. But that would perpetuate and reinforce the racialized view of good and evil in Middle-earth. Yep. Despite Tolkien's overall message of friendship and cooperation. See, there's all starting to slide into he's a Nazi, but I think that's a threat to the fandom. I personally think they're going, keep this shit up, and we're really going to just go full out and say, we're changing it because he's a bloody racist. I think that's what they're planning. It doesn't make sense. Like, I could see Amazon saying, we've gotten so much shit, but you know what? We changed this because those books had a good heart, but they were racist. And we are changing it for that reason to... I just get this weird feeling because they've spent too much money to make this kind of a...
All I know is Andy's right in the chat. McCarthy was right.
Yes,
we all try to make McCarthy seem like he's such a bad guy. McCarthy was right in the 50s, 40s, 50s.
I know. I find myself saying that quite a bit as well.
I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that I am, because I always thought I fed into he was just a baiter. He was just trying to get his name out there. He was just trying to ruin careers by calling people commies. Dude, he was right. They are a bunch of goddamn commies.
Both things could be true. He could have been doing it to further his career, but at the same time, he could have been right.
He could have been right. All right, I'm going to bounce, guys. I love you guys.
See you, Scott.
Later, dude.
Later,
Take care,
all.
man.
Yeah. Don't chest feed.
Don't. It's too funny. So Tolkien's overall message of friendship and cooperation, and despite his raging against the Nazis, the face of evil in Middle-earth, is invariably non-white, non-European. Actually, Tolkien again stated, because they're going to talk about the orcs. Can we scroll down? Here it is.
Well, no, he's talking about what was the group of people that you mentioned earlier?
The Easterlings. They're going to bring up the orcs, which they do, because
I'm pretty sure they will.
They've brought this thing where they're humanizing orcs, and Tolkien said it. They're a construct of evil. They're not human. They have no.
Well, and they came from elves. Let's not forget that. The very lily white elves.
Right. They're corrupted. That's the point. But they keep trying to make the elves. I mean, the
okay. And the other thing too, that they have a false dichotomy of the thing like black skin equals bad. Which, okay, that there was a point in time in our history where we dissociate that, but the reason why you have to understand the psychological nature of it, which is the fear of the dark. Okay, the reason why dark in black is bad is because you can't see things at night, and there are scary things that come out and will kill you. That is a very psychological aspect of the human psyche. I won't say psychological. It's very much ingrained into the human psyche. Because we were killed as we were evolving at night. We were hunted by predators at night. It's the reason why we fear the dark. And yes, unjustly, throughout times in human history, sometimes that was applied to people with darker skin. But the funny thing about it is you really don't see that in like Roman and Grecian times. It was like mainly later, and that could have been because of Christian influence, because you also had the whole dichotomy of black and white as well, but it was never about race or skin color. But
don't you think it was just about technology in ancient Greece and in Rome? You had parts of civilization there that at night they were lit, not lamp. You know what I'm talking about? Oil lamps. You're talking about things like that. Didn't exist. It's when we went into the dark ages where I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, where a lot of that started popping up.
I think it came out, like I said, a lot more when Christianity started coming about. And it's not because Christianity is racist. That's not the case. But it goes back to the whole thing with dichotomy of night and day, black and white. And you can even see it. And this is the funny thing about it that they always leave out. Yin and yang. You literally have a symbol of white and black. And it's like black represented death, white represented life. Okay, so it wasn't just Europeans that came up with this concept. You also see it in Asian culture.
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah, seriously.
I remember that video. There's that guy.
Oh man, that poor man. He was beating the crap high on PCP.
Yeah.
Even if we somehow knew what here it comes, it doesn't matter because he sold his rights. We can fucking do whatever we want. Here it is. Yep. Even if we somehow knew what Tolkien would have thought about the new Amazon series, it wouldn't matter. The author sold the rights to the Lord of the this is Mariana Rios Maldonado's article, to the Lord of the Rings during his lifetime, and signed away his right to have a substantial influence over any new adaptation.
And I'm pretty sure if he realized that people were going to do this, he would never have sold it.
No. Never.
That's the part that they leave out.
But some believe Tolkien was writing a mythology for England. Yes, and because of that, I just happen to have his actual quote. And they say, and used myths and texts from Germanic cultures that had nothing to do with people of color. However, Tolkien, here comes the lie, never actually referred to his own work in this way. This phrase was introduced by his biographer, Humphrey Carpenter. Wow. Then in the next paragraph, they go, in a 1951 letter to a potential editor, Milton Waldman, Tolkien stated that he had intended to dedicate his work to England. But in the same letter, also wrote that he wanted to leave space for other minds and hands. Now, let me explain to you what Tolkien actually told him in his letter. He states specifically, I was, from early days, grieved by the poverty of my own beloved country. It had no stories of its own, bound up with its tongue and soil, not of the quality that I sought, none found, as an ingredient in legends of other lands. There was Greek and Celtic and Romance, Germanic, Scandinavian, and Finnish, which greatly affected me. But nothing English, save impoverished chapbook stuff. Of course, there was and is all this Arthurian world, but powerful as it is imperfectly naturalized, associated with the soil of Britain, but not with English, and does not replace what I felt to be missing. He created a mythology, not his biographer, his own letter. That's why I hate that they just blatantly lie.
I got
now, George.
Real quick. Don't even get me started on Troy. Seriously, don't even get me started on the movie.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that film. That completely erasing it from the annals of any kind of history couldn't fix.
There is so much wrong with that movie. I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, that's not how Greek phalanx works.
So, George, we don't want to hear any of your truths. You just need to shut up and listen to what you're being told. That's it.
I just don't know why they don't say this is what I believe instead of lying. It would.
Okay. This is ultimately all they're doing. Everything they're saying here is basically summed up in this rate. What I'm about to play.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
That's 100% right, but remember, it's not about the actual truth. It's about their fucking truth.
Yeah,
right. But if they want to win people over, you have to create a reasonable argument. They can't do that. But George, dude, you make some of the best content on YouTube right now, right? And he does. And essentially you're giving a master class in why they can't possibly give an honest answer when they're trying to subvert everything that has gone before. Anytime they make an adaptation, they're destroying it willfully because they want it to reflect something that didn't exist at the time, or that they're trying to pollute with these Marxist ideologies.
Okay, hang on a second. So Brahmabull is asking me, how exactly does a Greek phallus work? Well, it's really easy. So they have a shield wall and they poke the phallus over the side and they stab it into the face of their opponent.
It's called the turtle dicks.
Yes, the turtle dicks.
Mm-hmm. It's a brave new world. All right. So they started out, made sure they controlled the narrative as children. And they just kept hammering this on you a little bit at a time, because they can't do it all at once because you reject that. It has to be slowly over time, like a boiled frog. And then by the time you get to that, okay, then now we've legalized marijuana, and I don't care what you think about it. I can self-medicate myself so I don't care about the bad stuff. And then they control about, what you consume. And then they get you into the whole point of the Brave New World. Well, there's many points, but constantly consuming, right? Stitches, not glitches. You just keep consuming. You got something that doesn't work, you throw it out and you get a new one, right? And all the stuff that they used to make the last, they don't anymore. We are living that Brave New World.
Content.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the reason why I read it recently. And I was like, wow, this is very...
It's all it just rings the bells.
It does.
They turned it into a playbook. Instead of a cautionary tale, they turned it into a fucking playbook.
Well, okay. Going back to what I said multiple times, what they're doing is they're waiting for people like us to age out.
Yep. Klaus Schwab read that.
That's the reason why they want your kids.
Right. And he wants to be the man in charge.
He'll be dead.
I don't know.
You think the transhumanism thing is going to kick him over the top?
I think whatever they've replaced with whatever Biden's blood with to keep him alive, they can do it to Klaus.
Oh, dude, what did they do with his brain, though? Fudge.
He never had one.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent watching those interviews.
Who was saying that Achilles wasn't like Brad Pitt? Actually, that's one of the most truest representations. If you go and read the Odyssey, you will see that whoever said that one of the first lines describing him, because remember, Achilles, well, we really see him in flashbacks because he's in the underworld. And he's described, his rage is described to be like his hair, like the color of lightning and the sun. He's a blonde with blue eyes.
I want to say there's actually various Greeks that have been described with fairer hair.
They are. It's a lot. It's not that they didn't have dark-skinned people. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that Achilles specifically, that it's the first time we had on film someone who looks very similar to the description from Homer.
Yeah.
All
All I know is like all the Greek people I've met from Greece were typically all complected.
Yes, and you know what? You know what's funny about that? It's very fun. When I was younger and I was in Greece, I was one of the tallest people there. When I went back in 2013, I'm one of the fucking shortest people there. Everyone's like 6'3" and above, and I'm 6. And everyone is now more blonde and blue-eyed. And when I was growing up, all the Greeks were dark, black hair, olive complected. Yeah. Now, what a professor, because my cousin is a professor of geology at the University of Athens. So I asked her friend, who was the professor of history, and they were talking about, they said, look, we were captive for 400 years by the Turks. He's like, bottom line, there was a lot of fucking that screwed up the genetic pool. And now it's all reverting back to the original, which...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you actually take a look at the murals of Alexander the Great, he doesn't have dark black hair. He has light brown hair.
Yep.
And he's rather, white looking. He's not off complected.
Yep.
Well, let's face it. The Vikings came down into Greece and self-populated you guys. That's what happened. So George, you're a Viking.
He's got a nice beard, I will say that, but I don't know. I mean, my Norse and Swedish blood would mixed with my Germanic blood and all the other stuff I've got.
We're getting pretty close to one, guys. Let's wrap this article up and call
it.
I still have super chats I need to get through too.
Yeah, well, then, it's just one paragraph left, I'll tell you, without going to it, because this is the exact article from Maldonado. They're going to say, basically, why is there any problem with this? We changed Thor in the Norse mythology and Marvel movies. So if we did that there,
changed them how?
Heimdall, we brought Idris Elba as Heimdall.
Yeah, Heimdall. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but they're not doing Norse mythology in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, first off, they're not doing Norse mythology. That's Marvel's interpretation of Norse mythology.
Right.
Which is an interpretation of Marvel's interpretation of Norse mythology.
Right. So that's basically it. Then they're going to end up going down there. It's okay. We can revise whatever the hell we want. And if you're disappointed, big deal.
Yeah. What a bunch of shit.
.com.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just looking forward to something they care about getting fucked up. And
I'm just wondering
watching them pitch a shit fit, and then people start calling them racist for shit.
I just want to know when it craters, because without the fan base, because it's larger than they believe, it's going to have an impact. I wonder if they'll change it for the second season.
No.
Or how? If you have a show that craters,
don't care.
Yeah.
They're just looking for content to fill.
It's the most expensive show in history, $1 billion. How can you not care about $1 billion?
They don't care.
Okay.
George, it's all about the stuff, man. That's what's driving it. So J.S. Pena says, comics, I want to give Kenobi a chance, but I know I shouldn't. You all taught me too well. All I got to say, dude, is if you want to watch it and, you don't have a YouTube channel, just watch it and review it for the YouTube channel. I wouldn't watch it to have enjoyment. Like I said, I don't even know if I want to watch it or review it.
You do you. We're not here. Nobody's here to tell you not to go watch it.
I'm just so sick of this shit, man. I like I said, when I walked out of the Batman, I'm like, I feel like I'm done with genre at this point, which is
all genre.
Sad. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
Because of how shitty it's been, what's the point?
Well, why is everyone praising it?
I mean, like I said, it's not the worst thing, right? It's like, yes, it has its fucking messaging and whatnot. But my main complaint with the fact that it has the messaging is the fact that it's too fucking long.
Yeah, I agree.
It's over self-indulgent. It has too much. Honestly, the woke shit is the least of the worries of the film. It's a problem. It doesn't help the film. But at the end of the day, it's too fucking long. Too much shit goes on in it. They could have had a much tighter script. They could have done a much better job of portraying, not Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah, that was horrible what they did.
It's a bunch of people who have been given grades their entire life. never really having to learn through failure, which is how everybody really learns. Writing a script with people patting them on the back, saying, "Oh, you're doing great," when it's shit. Right? They don't even know that it's that way. They don't even know that they're writing crap. They think they're writing good stuff. Right? So the Lord of the Rings, you got somebody who has done half a CW show. There is absolutely no way that group series of shows is going to be any good. None. Because you do not have any experience behind the scenes. You don't have any experience anybody writing it. Right? And as I said earlier in the stream, it's about storytellers. All right. Tolkien told stories.
Yeah.
And these people aren't telling stories. All they're doing is putting together whatever they were told is important in their gender studies and other classes they were forced to take in college, because we pushed everybody to go to college and nobody knows the real world anymore.
Well,
all they know is the protective stuff up through 26 years of age.
Yeah.
Right. I got kicked off my parents' insurance at 18.
Yep.
Right. So 26 years of age, they're not grown up.
No.
They can't survive out in the real world.
This is the funny thing about it. And in a lot of ways, you can kind of blame this on the death of the rite of passage, right? That transition of, being a child to an adult, because there used to be ceremonies around this shit.
Yep.
And in various cultures, and to a degree, we had it too. But I'm trying to remember who said this. Somebody said the reason why we're in the state we are is because they keep trying to extend adolescence.
That's
right?
Yeah.
It's Tim Pool. I was watching Tim Pool. That's right. And I think he's kind of spot on when they're talking about this. They're basically extending adolescence because if you don't get married and you don't have responsibility, you could blow on all that disposable income on stuff.
Right.
That's part of the issue. Like I said, there's that. We don't have that transition from childhood to adulthood anymore.
No, but here's the weird thing. I mean, I'm a Gen Xer technically, I guess. And so, I am one of those people. I was out of my parents' house at 18. I didn't take advantage of any of the scholarships or anything that I had. I worked 3 jobs. I went to school. I did it all myself. I had the boss there.
Yeah. The one thing I always thought was very interesting, and I don't remember the name of the tribe in South America that would do this, but they would actually make these mitts, and in these mitts they'd put bullet ants, and they'd make the young men, when they're going through the rite of passage, wear them. I don't remember for how long, but it was the worst pain that they ever experienced.
Of course.
And basically that was a way of them understanding that this moment that you're going through is probably going to be the worst thing you're ever going to experience. And if you can endure this pain, this moment, you can endure being an adult.
Yeah.
And we don't have that anymore.
American Indians, behind the pectoral muscles.
Oh yeah.
Put you up on a pole, swing you around, and if you cried, you were a woman. And that's the way it worked.
And we still have some great traditions out there. There's the quinceañera for the ladies. There's other events in various cultures that still exist that transition you from being a child into an adult. We need to recognize these things as important. And again, because of my experiences, I became an adult at 18, like you're supposed to. And again, you're right. Pushing it out to 26 is purely an economical manipulation by corporations because they want people to just consume shit forever, and you create that habit in what would normally be your adult life. It's going to be tough to break. Believe me. Sometimes it takes people until they're 50 to stop just consuming things. Believe me, I see friends of mine who they're consummate consumers even now. They're in their early 50s. They just continue to consume. That's all they do.
I want to bring in something that I think is kind of interesting from Master Arms, which he's not wrong, but let's put this in perspective. So he says Tim Pool, the guy that thinks he's 22-year-old skater punk covering Occupy Wall Street. Yeah, the exact same guy that started off doing videos in his apartment and is now basically doing videos in a large piece of property with a mansion on it out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that guy, the guy that basically is building his own media empire. You can make the same criticism about me, about the 48-year-old guy sitting in his office with Legos behind him. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he fucking still pays the bills, and he built his own business, which is pretty fucking impressive. I have to say,
built an empire. He actually owns multiple properties, not just the stuff that he's building on.
He owns multiple properties that are worth a lot of money.
And then Joe Rogan just did his interview with Mr. Beast. That dude has 200 million across all of his like various channels, has 200 million subscribers across YouTube and other places. Dude is racking it, right? And you know, all he did was dedicate his life, you know, to figuring out how to manipulate the system so he could do the best content in a way nobody else was doing it. He wins.
I'm still shocked that comics is only 48.
Andy's out of here. Night, Andy. Take care, dude. We're going to wrap it up too. I know we've been running long, and it's after midnight. And I want to. It's after 1. No, it's been after midnight for a while. And I want to go to bed too. Mr. TickleTrunk for $5 oppression dollars, debunking the backlash. You took what I said earlier. To the fictional mythology of Anglo-Saxon England. Our next story. Why whiteboards are taking jobs from blackboards.
That's been happening for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will find a way of calling a whiteboard migration. Racist. Yeah. Evelyn Sullivan for $5. It is season 2 or 3 that features the interracial love between breakdancing queen Victoria and Huey P. Newton. Yeah. Mr. TickleTrunk for $2 oppression dollars. Read 1984. If you haven't, then read it again. Yeah, I need to go read that book again.
I gotta do it. I gotta do that another couple of more times. I've
Shitty Walk for 2 Canadian pesos. May I take your order, please? Casito like dumplings?
Dumplings.
That was my worst impression of City Walk guy.
Dumplings.
Mr. TickleTrunk for $5 oppression dollars. Lord of the Rings is the 5th most popular book in human history. Sold everywhere, already with fans of all skin types, cultures, etc. 5th. Fix it. Yes, exactly.
Why would you fix the 5th most important book ever written?
To make it not relevant anymore, I guess. Mm-hmm. Mr. TickleTrunk for another $5 oppression dollars. We're shooting Mercury into our balls again. Historically, a love story by Toxic Manflu, Dick's Publishing, 2022.
Or how syphilis defeated the left. That's
my God.
Mr. TickleTrunk for another $2 oppression dollars. Rob Schneider's List and race swapping German leaders.
Redo Schindler's List.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Redo. I don't know why I read that as Rob Schneider.
It's okay.
I'm tired. But I also know because Fat Stephen Gullis is not Rob Schneider. Anyway, redo Schindler's List and race swap German leaders. Yeah. We can cast Black Hitler.
Yeah. It hasn't been done before.
Or Blittler, as he's known.
Yeah. Evelyn Sullivan for another $2. Black Irish refers to their attitude in battle. Never heard that one. Hunch the Dirty Roofer for $5. Check out what?
No, Hunch is great commentary, and this is already very insightful. So yeah, I'll let you read it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Check out Blacklisted by History if you want a better understanding of McCarthy and the smear job that's been done to him over the past 60 years.
Yep. Yeah, the blacklist was there for a reason, and while it did scoop up some people that weren't necessarily, bad actors, there were a lot of bad actors that got caught up in that, and we should be doing that all over again.
Shitty Walk for another $2 Canadian impression dollars. Here's a Shitty Walk. We know racist. We only talk racist.
You know what? The Invisalign really helps with that character.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Darius Munchausen for $149 with a box of popcorn. And last but not least, Jesus Davila for $199 with a super sticker of a big thumbs up. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
B. Baker in the chat says that Schindler's Fist is the porn version.
It is.
Of that.
That's horrible. That's
hilarious
and
and horrible at the same time.
You know what?
That's our chat.
That's going to leave a mark. Anyway, hi. Why am I big?
Shitload of casino right in my face. Oh wow.
Anyway,
why are you big? Because Toxic Man Flu is in the room.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's also true. Anyway, so I'm Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Rumble, and I have a Odyssey, and I have a Getter, and I have a Minds, and the Twitter, and it's all the same thing. Culture Casino. You can find me at all those places. I'm gonna go over and see what Mad Mardigan's doing over on his Speakeasy next, I think, for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna pass out and do it all over again tomorrow. I just want to say thank you to all of you. I know we say it a lot, but it's really the truth. Without you, we would have no show. We appreciate you more than you could possibly know. All of us are here for no other reason than to, entertain. And whether or not we want to admit it, we like that all of you are here. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Toxic Man Flu.
I had a wonderful evening talking some very important topics with many intellectual minds on this panel. And whose minds are dwarfed.
You're joking, right?
Right. Well, I feel intimidated by the size of your brains, and thank God that I am twice as big as the rest of you in between the legs. So thank you very much. Toxic Man Flu, I'm on Twitter. We'll see you there.
Last but not least, George the Giant Slayer.
I've had a great time tonight. Sorry that I was late, but God, how much I miss it. I love the chat. Love you guys. And I will see you on Monday. You can find me at Georgia Giant Slayer and on Twitter and on Instagram and YouTube. And tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., my new video comes out. Have a great weekend.
All right, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching, staying as long as you did, because we've been going for over 3.5 hours at this point. I'm
Holy
tired.
crap.
Hey,
thanks everyone. Thanks to my lovely panel. Thank you to all of you out there in the chat. Thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate it.
Never been called lovely by another man before. All right, then.
Thank you, lovely Toxic Man.
Thanks for the memory.
I was going to say that, but I got you cut off a lot.
Yeah,
that's the story of my life.
Happy birthday again.
Anyway, thanks everyone. I will see you tomorrow on Friday Night Tights, where I get to hang out with some of the best people on the internet.
Fuck. I thought that's
Have you seen Ryan go to any food establishment and tell me that's the best we've got?
Yeah, that's us.
They are fun to hang out with.
Yeah, but Ryan's gonna murder a McDonald's employee. I know that's
he will.
It might be streamed
at some point.
I don't think he will actually ever get to the point of murdering them. I think at some point in time he'll get his order wrong. He will scream "fuck" so loud
that someone's going to hit him. I think
his head will just explode.
Yeah, he will have a stroke.
Are any of us good people on your show?
Yes, that was like the whole point. I did the dramatic pause, and then I was going to say you guys are also included with that.
I see. Now I ruined it. I got it.
Culture Casino.
It wasn't me.
Why do you keep interrupting him?
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Ah, damn it!
What happened?
What?
Bruce Lombardo happened for $5. Comics Division does pure Dix Division departure.
That's true.
Yep.
All right.
We love the chat so much. We say, God damn it, to somebody that says Dix Division in their name. Fucking Bruce.
Well, no, it's not. I wasn't like, God damn it, Bruce. It was more like, I just hit the thing. It's like, super chat. All right, here we go.
What? He said.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. A huge thanks to all the Subscribe Star supporters. Without you, Comics Division would probably be crying in a corner somewhere. Well, hello there, big spenders. HMStix, Reuben Christopher Haynes, Roger the Shrubber, and Toxic Man Blue.
I still don't see my
I'm a
name.
Sucker with a lot of dough.
Crazy Catguy,
still not on the list,
MrGrantGregory,
I should be on the list.
and David Blair. Take my money, damn it. Katina Martin, Brahmabull, Commander Ed STRAKER of Shadow, TerminusEst, Elagabalus, DariusM, Commenting is Dangerous, Salty Texas C, LDH27513, Subscriber number 22F2C6C3, Gentleman Mad, J.A.F.O, Dexidoodle, Mech AG94, and that 70s rock fan. I'll buy that for $1. Captain Trek, TZ Canadian, Chris from the 80s, Stand 4, John B, Colin Douglas, MrTickleTrunk, and
Oh, and
Jenna
by the way,
Lyn.
tomorrow is Captain Trek's 650
Thank you all for watching.
subscriber
You
celebration.
are awesome.
God damn it, Bruce. Very bad.